This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Boy, this week in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky sure has a lot of dummies in town. It's the annual Ventriloquist Convention. 400 people and plenty of wooden heads have gathered for the annual do. Serious business, so there are seminars on ventriloquism history, creating character voices, and making and manipulating your figures.
Making them do your bidding.
Manipulating your figures.
Mm-hmm.
How to pick up girls with a dummy.
Yeah.
I'm not
A
really
ventriloquist
like
convention.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. I'm sorry? What did you say?
Something Kentucky.
I got that much.
Or are you calling from the
Kentucky.
from the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah. And I'm not living on this.
I can tell.
We can tell.
I can tell your lips are pretty still there.
What's your name?
My name is Jimmy.
Jimmy.
No,
And
Jimmy.
huh?
it's Jimmy.
Judy.
No, it's Jimmy.
Jerry.
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 Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Jimmy.
Timmy.
It's Julie.
Can
Timmy.
Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand him the phone.
Hang on a minute.
Okay.
And now I'd like to present my partner, Jimmy. Hello.
If only we
boy.
could see this great
So
act.
Timmy is the dummy.
That's right. I'm not the dummy. He's the dummy.
Oh, you're not the dummy.
He's
the
the
dummy.
dummy.
Well,
Oh,
that's
you guys are so funny.
boy, that's great.
Now I'll take a glass of water while talking to you.
You're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us.
Okay,
great.
go ahead.
Timmy, could we
Jerry.
speak to Jerry again?
Jerry?
I'll have to call you back.
Son of a gun, I dropped the diamond out of my ring. I'm sorry. Good morning. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom. Rick-a-dick-a-dicky. There's Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick McGee.
Hello, Pat. I'm Chick McGee at the OrangeInsoles.com Sports Desk. Josh Arnold is here.
Hello.
And we're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Hello, Tom.
All right.
All right.
Getting organized over here.
That's right. Exciting day. Big day.
I'm not sure what electrical storm took out what, but we're going to get there eventually. Got a couple of things going on over here.
Yeah, you told me first thing. You didn't say hello, kiss my ass, nothing. You said I had 2 computer failures already.
I've only got 2 computers over here, so
That's too many. Okay.
Yeah.
well, we have information we need to get along to pass along here. I just found this request for a special song from Mr. Godwin. We'll get to in a matter of moments. I gave you the hint. You ready over there?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, we had a great time last week on the road. And interestingly enough, we were talking about the baseball season, of course. What's interesting today is a huge story in the world of baseball bats.
Torpedo bats is what they're calling the Yankees bats.
I can't figure out why it took so long to figure this out, but it's a matter of physics and a matter of 9 home runs.
And they are absolutely legal. I said legal in Major League Baseball according to the rules.
So we'll have that story coming up. I assume whoever makes those is going to be sitting at their lathe all day today.
Yeah.
Making a lot more of them. We'll find out about that.
I don't think you can make like Major League Baseball bats at a lathe at home, I don't think. Could you?
Sure.
I don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, look who I'm talking to. The woodworker extraordinaire. Of course you could make a bat at home. I know you could, yeah.
I had a guy do it.
You had a guy do it, and you saw it used in Major League Baseball?
Well, not Major League Baseball, but yeah, when I was...
Well, there you go.
In shop class, Mr. Waddell's shop class.
You know...
I used to do it all the time.
We had a guy make a bat, absolutely.
You know how picky Major League Baseball players are with their equipment?
Sure.
Yeah,
once they get it down, they just mass produce them on big giant lathes that not a person doesn't operate.
Of course not.
Right.
But you've made one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to make a bunch.
Did Rawlings, they make bats, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and did you have one personalized for kids to come up and you make them a bat or whatever?
Yeah, we would do demonstrations, show them how that their hand turn on lathes, and then we could give those away, or we would sell them.
Huh?
And then we would personalize.
That's
names
cool
and stuff. Yeah.
I have an obscure baseball bat lathe story.
I bet you do.
You'll find this really offensive.
Go right ahead.
This friend of mine had a cabin in upstate New York. And
was it in Canada?
It's not that far upstate.
Okay.
The larger point being, it was right near a place where they, I guess, made baseball bats.
Yeah, it was probably in the Adirondacks.
So he had the plugs.
They're called billets.
The leftovers. So they were already kind of laid, but they'd been turned on a lathe, but they were, how do I just, they were the size of Pringles cans, basically.
Okay.
But they were I don't know what they were, the extras or whatever.
Yeah.
But they were the greatest thing ever for making a fire.
Oh, I bet so.
And we'd go skiing there. They had stacks of these things, and they were the
kiln dried.
They were fantastic for making a little fire. You could get back from a day on the slopes. You're in high school. Maybe someone smuggled in something.
You're sitting there,
legal in several states. I'm not sure.
You're sitting there in front of the fire, wondering what the poor people are doing tonight. Yeah.
Are those ash?
Yes. Yeah, northern white ash.
Whatever they were terrific for making a fire.
And all bats are made with that?
No, there's some maple.
Oh, okay.
I want to say hickory.
Is ash?
Oh, hickory.
Aren't all the ash trees dying of that boar?
I think that seems. I don't know. No, not all of them, because they're still using plenty of.
I know. I
ash.
took 11 down on my old house. Ash trees, that is. In any event, we have exciting baseball bat news coming up. Really interesting.
Don't misjudge the ash board. You'll make an ash out of yourself.
Yeah.
You sure?
Okay. I thought we'd start off with a song today. And it comes to us from our mailbag. Once again, you can reach us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Dear Pat.
Yes.
This particular song, of which you know the title, Pat, I do, may be the greatest song I've ever heard.
Oh, that's a big
holy hell.
statement.
Please keep playing it. You are the best.
How many songs have been
This is a silly one.
This is from Michael.
Are you trying to tell me this is better than put your hand in the hand of the man that distilled the water?
That's what this guy says.
But this is for there's a caveat, if you will. This is Mike from Raleigh, North Carolina. Beautiful spot. Mike says, I especially love this song because it drives my wife nuts.
Oh, I see.
Oh, wow.
Now this song is based on a news story coming out of Maryville, Tennessee. Some good news for Tennessee. Not in the men's Final Four competition. A Tennessee man has been jailed on felony charges after dipping his testicles into a container of salsa that was being delivered to a customer who had ordered the food online. Now, we got into this topic because we were talking about tipping. And apparently the delivery driver had been tipped 89 cents in advance and had to drive 30 minutes. And the 31-year-old man decided to, shall we say, adulterate the food by dipping his testicles into it, and then had the poor judgment to video it and then post it. He was charged with tainting food.
But think about it. I mean, that part of it is doing that and then telling whoever shortchanged you, if you will, that I dipped my balls in your salsa. You know, if you do it and then don't tell them, it's a hollow victory.
Yeah. By the way, I understand that the lady that got the salsa actually said to her husband, "I don't know, this salsa. It reminds me of my senior prom."
It's very, very odd.
It tastes as a certain.
Don't you think that's number one night for blowies? Seeing high school prom? Probably.
I don't know about that. Glad I didn't go.
Number one. A lot of fingering.
Yeah. This poor lady had a nut allergy, so she was. In any event, this is a tribute to dipping your testicles in salsa, going out to Raleigh, North Carolina.
Best song of all time. I dip my balls in the salsa. I dip my balls in the salsa. I call it balsa. That's balls in the salsa. That's what you get for not dipping. Yes, my testes I'm dipping. And by the way, Mr. Cheapo, I rubbed your taki on my pee-hole. That's right. This drives his wife wild.
Yeah.
Balls in salsa.
Yeah.
Balls in salsa. I call it balsa. Dip, dip, dip.
There you go. Thank you very much. By the way, this man was accused of, I love the fact that they put this in the police report, putting both his testicles in the customer's salsa.
Well, yeah.
I mean, as if you just do the one.
Yeah, well, it would be more. I think it'd be more difficult to just dip one.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't know.
I think your
about
ball.
it,
I think the salsa would come to your balls, not your balls go to the
Easier that way.
salsa. Much easier.
I
that
hadn't
way.
thought about it, but
Yeah.
and I never saw that. Presumably, he would have gotten out of the car, right?
No, he was sitting in the passenger seat.
No,
Yeah,
you
his
certainly-
girlfriend
Yeah,
recorded him
they
doing
recorded
it.
it.
Oh, he was in this car when he did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you,
tricky.
yeah, you could stay in the car.
Lucky it was something that was more or less room temperature. But can you imagine? You wouldn't want to do that to, say, the hot cheese and a pizza.
Well, no.
Oh, that'd be like
Don't be silly.
napalm. Jeez. By the way, anybody we're on the road this past week? Anybody urinate into a jug and or 32-ounce plastic cup while they were driving? Anybody?
No.
No, didn't have to. Did you?
I didn't.
I might have.
Wow.
I'm making good time, man.
How do you do that?
Well, I
mean, you.
Well, these cars now have automatic. They'll steer for
Pop
you
it
and
in.
stay
No,
in the
but I
lane.
mean,
and
don't you? Doesn't gravity?
Well, you have to take the seatbelt off and then lift your butt up a little bit.
yeah, and then you.
That is
Try not to
incredibly
spill.
The
dangerous.
key
Yeah, but
is though, no,
make
you,
good time.
You have to leave it in there for longer than you think because if you take it out early, it
That's true.
does tend to
How
spray.
much
dribble
time
all
are you
over.
really saving? You're risking your life. How many? What if there's a police officer out there that's come upon some poor guy that
No,
crashed into a tree because he was trying to pee into a
Maybe.
jar?
I say it makes you more careful if you're
Oh, really?
urinating into
Okay.
a cup.
What a
and
way
the
to
only
go.
thing you have to worry about is a truck driver who are up high.
Oh, who
see
can
me,
see you?
See me and my dork being in a
oh no, he would appreciate.
They'd have to be
that. He'd
passing
like,
you
oh,
on the
yeah.
right, wouldn't they?
Maybe he would.
In any event, thank you very much.
No, they could see it from the passenger side down in the
Okay.
driver's side. Remember they call women who pull their skirts up seat covers or something? I got a seat cover. And
I have no idea. I did not stop to do that. We stopped at I think a McDonald's and
How many
a
times did you stop?
Starbucks.
We stopped at a fake Starbucks. It was hidden in a Kroger. I told him that, but he didn't believe me. I said, you always be
Again,
aware.
it was that my rule when they have the sign at the side of the road that says there's a whatever coming up.
Right? You got to see it from the interstate.
Yeah,
And there should be a thing telling you how. Some places it'll say 0.5 miles.
Right?
I hate it when you get off and it's in some town 6 miles off the road. That's not fair.
No.
But in this case, it was in a Kroger, so I wasn't going to go through that drama.
He says it doesn't
You
taste
guys know how
He told
dramatic
me-
a Kroger can be.
I said, just go into this one. He goes, it doesn't taste right.
Today,
It's
No.
the same
as
thing.
the Kroger turns.
Nope. He would not go in. We were right there. I said, I'll just sit here. You go in. Doesn't taste right.
You absolutely
It's the same.
And you said I refuse to go into Kroger because of the drama.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I want a Starbucks. I wanted a Star. I don't want it to be inside a Target or a Kroger. Those are not trained baristas.
Yes, they are.
No, I'm sorry. They're lesser people.
We're going to hear from
my
all
God.
the baristas and
Yeah.
Kroger's
We are gonna
all
get
across
so
the
much
country.
No, actually, because I had to go to the bathroom, actually, and I didn't want to. That was the other issue.
Okay.
The Starbucks.
Where'd you end up going?
Into a cup in
McDonald's.
your car,
Yeah, he went
right?
to McDonald's, got some iced tea.
McDonald's has excellent iced tea.
He told me that a lot.
Excellent.
It was very good.
Excellent.
And they have a nice clean bathroom. So we have a lot.
Stopped at an Arby's.
We have a lot coming up today, including if you're in Texas and planning on buying a dildo. Wait a minute, you're going to have to do an inventory first. It's unbelievable.
You know, we should combine that story with the torpedo bats in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
See if
You know,
Why
something
not?
that could count. You'll see why that's significant. Right now, the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Let's talk numbers. Traditional in-person therapy can cost you between $100 to $250 per session, usually about 50 minutes typically. That can add up fast. BetterHelp online therapy, you can save an average of maybe about 50% per session. What I'm talking about is doing the therapy online, which is, of course, much more convenient. You don't have to drive somewhere or take the bus somewhere to go see a therapist. You're not in a room with a person. That might be for some people kind of a hurdle, just getting used to that aspect of it. But if you're doing it with BetterHelp, you're doing it online, so you can be wherever you want to be. So if you're working on yourself, taking your life inventory, setting some goals, whatever it might be, therapy can be extraordinarily helpful. Some 30,000 plus therapists are currently working with folks with the BetterHelp program. And by the way, more than 5 million people are actually taking advantage of BetterHelp. See what I'm talking about? It's worth a quick visit to BetterHelp.com and make it BetterHelp.com/BT show. That'll knock 10% off your first month. If you've been thinking about therapy, talking through some issues, try BetterHelp, and it's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT show. And once again, the therapy is done online, so it's like a Zoom call or a phone call or even texting back and forth. It's up to you. BetterHelp.com/BT show. Also coming up, we have some interesting stuff in the world of sports. News about a better way to go to sleep quicker. And the NFL is about to draft a guy who is, they think, the largest human being ever drafted in the NFL.
Man.
A big fella and incredibly athletic. We'll find out about Mr. Watson. Watson coming up. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Josh Arnold, Christy Lee, Pat Godwin. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Tom, hello.
We'll be visiting with Chick McGee at the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk shortly.
Yes, think of this as my home and you're coming to visit.
We'll also be checking in with Christy Lee, of course.
Hi.
At the Silac Insurance News Desk. Time now, we like to read letters, correspondence from you, the listeners. Thank you very much. We love to hear
Fan
from
mail from a flounder?
you can reach us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Due to a couple of technical issues, I have yet to review any of the mail.
Well, that's the best. You should never be allowed to review them anyway. Spontaneous behavior. That's our various breads and butters. Don't you remember this?
Yeah, this says, good morning,
Okay.
Bob and Tom gang, from Dave.
Yeah, that's right. We're a gang.
In the words of legendary Floyd the Tucker, I enjoyed your midlife lesbian show Wednesday. Thursday. I see what he's saying. This is, of course, referencing Jess Hooker and her discussion
And
with
Katina,
the
yes.
bartender in Cincinnati. Yes.
It's Katina?
Mm-hmm. Katina.
Oh, I thought there was an L in there.
It is. Katlina?
It's
No.
Katina. Yeah.
Move the L?
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
She was Kitty Cat. Hey, Kitty Cat.
As Magic Johnson would say when he had his own show, come on, Jess, it's good for the show. Well, thank you very much.
And it's Floyd the Trucker. I know you just misspoke.
What did I say?
Floyd the Tucker.
Tucker.
Oh, sorry.
Tucker's a car.
That's a whole different thing when you talk.
Sorry about that. Again, I have not had time to review these.
I know, and it's wonderful.
Do you have one?
I prefer it that way. I have one letter, yes. Long-time listener, first-time emailer. This is from Jared. Not that one. My wife, who I dragged with me, and I had a great time at the show Friday morning in Toledo. Our favorite part was at the meet and greet, watching Pat in tears, laughing so hard at the lady ahead of us in line, talking chick's ear off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you had one woman.
That happened 3 or 4 times, so I'm not sure which lady they're talking
I
about.
smelled her coming, let me put it that way.
Then when we got back to our table at Frickers, there was a man looking for a place to sit, and my wife invited him to sit with us. It turned out to be a longtime friend of the show and radio's best friend, Art Volo. We had a great conversation with him and ended up giving us a little radio history lesson while we were there, too. I bet he did.
I bet he did.
The only downside was later that day after we got home for dinner, our dog Rex decided to take a couple bites out of my signed poster. Thankfully, all the signatures were still intact, though.
Oh.
Thanks for bringing the show to Toledo. That's from Jared. We got to get him a new poster, Tom.
Okay, well, you'll always have somebody handle that. Dear Bob and Tom Show, my girlfriend and I went to see Tom Green in Ithaca the other night. He went for an hour and a half. The whole set was fantastic. He also sang a rendition of The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
He did?
Whoa.
Tom Green, comedian.
He must be the only person
pioneer in the world of video
who does a version of The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. He
not
must
on a
be.
Monday.
Okay, we'll spare you.
Oh, come on.
Again, if I had had a chance to review these.
You know what? You know who you reminded me of right now?
What?
Don McLean.
Boy, you really are pushing something buttons.
How difficult, Don McLean. You don't want to be a Don McLean.
You don't want to be a Don McLean. What a pain in the ass.
A long time ago.
Okay.
I can't still recall.
Dear Josh, Christy, Pat, Chick, and Mr. Assbag. Oh, thank you. 25-year listener. I live in Australia.
Oh, good day, mate.
I hear every show through the podcast. I'm about a week behind. I've just sat through a string of days with Tom's massive Chuck Norris erection. During one of those shows, you had a gorilla story. Josh had advice about what to do if you are charged by a gorilla.
Oh, yeah, my initial advice was wrong.
Yeah. And you were being serious. You weren't making a joke.
No. No, I misunderstood.
This guy, okay, he didn't hear you correct because you did correct it later.
Absolutely.
This guy says, by the way, Josh, if you stand up to a charging gorilla and look him in the eye, you will be killed.
Yeah, that was what I got wrong. You don't look them in the eye. You look away.
Yeah, okay. So I'm glad we did sort that out later in the show, though.
Yes, we got multiple emails.
Craig's last name is Arnold. He goes, I could be Josh's cousin.
Oh, right on. I've always, Australia's like number one on my bucket list, so I may have to go visit my long-lost cousin.
And then P.S., writes Craig, who lives in Australia. I've learned some important things living in Australia. Toilet water swirls counterclockwise. Trees are full of chlamydia-riddled koalas.
It really does go counterclockwise? I thought that was an urban legend.
I think that is. And I stopped eating kangaroo because it makes me jumpy. Thank you very much, Craig. Those are classics.
When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, Tom, he checks his closet for Chuck Norris.
Oh.
Which actually leads me to something.
My psychic comedy continues.
I was upset about this the other day. For those that play Connections on the New York Times.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
They, without going into too much detail, I got it eventually, but one of the categories was they had bogey, B-O-G-E-Y.
And
then there was like
there were four of them.
Par and green, so it could have been golf. But the point is, it was words that go with man. It was like boogeyman, soul man, whatever. Isn't the boogeyman? Isn't that spelled B-O-O-G?
It absolutely is.
E-Y.
And they
Not
spelled
originally, no.
It wasn't.
Right? Yeah,
Just
no,
one-
it's bogeyman.
No kidding.
Historically, and I think still in England.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1-0?
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah.
That is fascinating because I saw the same thing and I said, well, I got the puzzle solved, but that's not how you spell
That's the
boogeyman.
Americanized version.
Son of a gun.
Uh-huh.
Now you learned something today. See?
And then we do have a great boogeyman story in the news.
Well, we should lead with that. I mean, we can't just be hiding
do you
facts
have that
about
one
the
still,
boogeyman.
Christy?
Hang on.
People need to know.
Speaking of England,
It's
yesterday,
from last week, Christy. I don't think you have it still.
Oh, I have it. I just have to pick it up. I have to look
yesterday
it up.
was Mother's Day in England.
Yes, it was.
So happy
Did you send your sister a...
Mom's Day?
Mum, yeah, M-U-M, Mum.
Happy birthday, happy Mother's Day to Jan over in England.
Yeah.
There's a documentary about why we say mom and they say mom.
There is?
Very interesting.
Documentary.
Short?
I hope it's short.
Slide?
Yeah, you can give me the whole thing in 30 seconds
No,
and
it's
I'll
about,
be
it's
done
about
with
2.5
it.
hours.
A slide.
You ever go into a bookstore and you pick up a book and go, boy, couldn't they have done this in maybe 5 pages? not 600. A little bit of maybe too much detail. Yeah, we do have a possible boogeyman news. If you're just joining us, welcome back. This is the Bob and Tom Show. We're coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. We'll be checking in with Chick McGee at the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk.
The Final
shortly.
Final Four is set, Tom, for next Saturday in San Antonio. You know what the number one industry is in San Antonio?
What is that, sir?
Fresh horses.
Oh.
That's where everybody gets your fresh horse. Clipping across for miles and miles. They get all lathered up, and
Oh, they sure do.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that horses, that happens?
they do. They get all cheesy.
Yes.
Ugh. Janai Broom had 25 points, 14 rebounds, and hurt his Bobo, but Auburn took command, 17 unanswered points in the first half to beat Michigan State 70-64 to advance to the Final Four. They will play Florida on Saturday night around 6 o'clock Eastern. Auburn getting 3 points in that one. And here is Bruce Pearl and his team after they won yesterday in advancing to the Final Four.
You know where we're going, Tracy? We're going to the Final Four!
I didn't know they allowed to drink on the bench during the game, but they're very excited.
I love the music in the background. That's great.
Tracy Wolfson's interviewing him. That's why he said Tracy.
You know where we're going, Tracy? We're going to the Final Four! Yeah!
And Houston's relentless defense confused and harassed Tennessee, carried the Cougars into their 7th Final Four and the first since 2021. L.J. Cryer, get yourself together.
Yeah, my gosh.
Good Lord. 17 points in a 69-50 victory. Houston and Duke next
And who?
Saturday night. Duke. Duke Blue Devils. Duke getting 5 in that against you. No, I'm sorry. Houston getting 5 against Duke. Boy, that.
Ooh.
I think the favorites are getting points next Saturday night. We'll have to see about that. So there are your Final Fours all set.
Can you play that guy again from the bench?
You know where we're going, Tracy? We're going to the Final Four! Yeah!
Now, does that remind anyone else of this?
And we go to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
That's where he lost it.
That's
the
it.
famous
Isn't that
Howard Dean losing the...
You know, he was only about 15, 16 years ahead of his
Ahead of
time.
his time.
Yes.
Now we just go, I want to vote for that guy. And then it's, oh, my Lord.
It's
That's
amazing.
not very presidential.
Right.
There was a time when, probably not as bad as when Michael Dukakis put on the helmet in the tank and just crucified.
Hey, who's that kid in the tank?
He got murdered.
He does have a small little pea head, didn't he? Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, a couple other things. Pat, more love letters about your new album.
Oh, that's very
that's
nice.
sweet.
I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but Spotify now has a DJ that'll randomly play songs that you've listened to or songs that they think you'd like to listen to. The other day, guess what popped up?
What?
Pat Godwin and an album, his album, Hotel Pool.
Oh, very nice.
Well, that's nice to know that you're on Spotify for Pat Godwin fans.
On the ladies' side, South Carolina and UCLA advanced yesterday, and the remaining 2 spots in the Final Four for the women, they will be decided tonight. TCU takes on Texas, 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN if you'd like to watch that. And UConn faces USC tonight at 9 o'clock. And the Final Four will be Friday and Sunday from Tampa.
Okay, coming up, we have phrases that you may have, that may be just part of family lore, I guess. I don't know if you have anything maybe Josh or Dad might have said that has stuck to you. There's just a couple of great examples here. Here's one. If my dad wanted to eat more of something, after he'd get it, he'd always say, "It's not like I was going to ever fit back into my prom dress."
Yes.
Hilarious.
That's a great one. Or he would say, "I'll tell you what, those are tougher than woodpecker lips."
Those woodpecker lips have to be tough.
Because, I mean, they got to be beating all that wood.
Woodpecker heads have sort of a shock absorber inside them, so they can hit the tree that
Good
hard.
thing when they hit the windows.
And weren't helmet manufacturers doing some kind of study of
examined woodpecker head?
Trying to
My dad,
woodpecker head, Josh? Ever had that?
It's fast.
Kind of pecks at you.
I'm sorry, Christy, you were saying?
the one that I always say all the time, and my dad used to say, I'm full as a tick after he'd eat a meal.
Wow. That's kind of gross.
I know it's what Andy says all the time, too, when I say it.
What about when you wake up and you're really thirsty and you go, "Oh, I could spit a quilt."
I never heard that. Yeah, that cotton mouth?
Yeah, cotton mouth.
I've never heard that. Well,
maybe you'll start.
we have a stack of these. Some of them are so odd. It's hotter than a fart in a skillet.
Ooh,
that's interesting.
That is interesting.
What's that? What is who hovers over the? Wait a second, I'm making some burgers.
Oh,
Hold
boy,
on. You got a good one.
You didn't invite Philip, did you? He's constantly farting in the skillet.
He farts in the skillet.
I haven't had a pancake in years.
That's all coming up, but right now it's time to check in and make sure that you're safe and secure and feeling good in your home.
Simply Safe will give you peace of mind. That's true. That's why we recommend and trust Simply Safe here at the Bob and Tom Studios, and it keeps watch over my compound. Absolutely. And traditional security systems only take action after somebody's already broken in, and that is too late. Simply Safe has Active Guard outdoor protection, can help prevent break-ins before they happen. Simply Safe has AI-powered cameras backed by live professional monitoring agents that monitor your property and detect suspicious activity. If somebody's lurking around or acting suspiciously, agents see and talk to them in real time, activate spotlights. They can even contact the police all before they have the chance to get inside your home. And Simply Safe, as always, no long-term contracts or cancellation fees, and monitoring plans start affordably at around $1 a day. And Simply Safe, the home of the 60-day satisfaction guarantee or your money back. So get a load of this deal we have for you. Visit simplysafetom.com right now and claim 50% off a new system with your first month free of professional monitoring. That's 50% off and your first month free. Go to simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
And coming up, it's the boogeyman in the news. Oh, it's very scary. And it turns out he really was there. We'll find out what I'm talking about when we come back. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.
Listeners, are you looking for a shortcut to better auto insurance for you? Something that takes all the research off your plate, something that's easy, something that matches you at lower rates, something genius. That's where NerdWallet comes in. These nerds have already done the work for you. Just answer a few questions and ta-da, you'll be matched with top insurance providers in your area. Find the right rate for you today at NerdWallet.com. After all, using NerdWallet is more than just smart, it's genius. Not all applicants will qualify for the lowest monthly payments. NerdWallet Insurance Services, Inc. CA resident license number OK92033.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
This is Tom Sneezing.
Whoa.
I'm Chick McGee at the OrangeInsoles.com Sports Desk. And we are at the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Hello, Tom.
I was recording something, and that just happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Very sad.
Oh, whoa.
Very satisfying.
You got to clear it out.
Yes.
We had some story last week how to suppress a sneeze. No
way.
Let her rip. Get it out of there.
My dad always sneezed and he always cursed.
Really?
Every time he would sneeze, he would curse.
What kind of curse?
The S word?
Like during the sneeze?
Yes.
Yeah, that's always funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you giggled.
Every time. It was
Now,
so
we
funny.
have this list of things, the kind of family catchphrases.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a thing your dad would do. That's
Oh, yeah.
one of the ones was, I just love this one. The person writes, if my dad wanted to eat more of something, after he would get it, he would always say, it's not like I was ever going to fit back in my prom dress. God, that is great. How about this one? My dad, every time he takes a photo with close friends or family, he says, gotta have pictures for the funeral.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
See, your dad strikes me as someone who would never have any of these sayings, Tom.
No. Here's one. These are from Reddit. This person writes, my grandmother would always say, I got to get moving. Rigor mortis is starting to set in.
I love that.
Is that right?
Okay, this one's interesting. My mother would say whenever she saw an ambulance, they'll never sell ice cream going that fast.
That's so good.
I
love all these.
That's great.
Wow, that's so funny.
And I just wish we had a lot of these.
Do you remember what Jess's aunt, Jess Hooker, told us one morning? Her aunt, when she'd hear out front a car would go by and the horn would blow, and her aunt would say, "Horn blows. How about the driver?"
Oh, yeah, that was a big one in our family. Oh, yeah.
That seems a little earthy to me.
Is the sexual context of that intended to be there?
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But as kids, we didn't know what that meant. We just said it.
Yeah,
I just said
I used to always hear, the horn
'Cause we
blows.
heard it.
The horn blows, and so do you.
Oh, really?
Oh, and so do you.
Oh.
But it was there was.
That's a little more personal.
No, but it also wasn't. There was no sexual context intended. It was.
If I was ever staying at my grandparents, I'm going to take a shower, and my grandma would say, make sure you put it back when you're done.
Oh.
Yeah. Very sweet.
Every now and then I'd get the, did you take a shower? And I would say, why, is one missing?
Yeah.
When we'd hear the phrase, Grandma's getting her coat, that means it's time we have to leave.
Yeah.
Did anybody else have the parents that, all right, we have to go, let's go, get your coats on, we'd all pile in the car and then sit there for 20 minutes while they said their goodbyes?
Oh, yeah.
We'd lose our minds.
No, but I dated that girl once.
There are some people that don't say goodbye well.
Yeah.
It takes them too long. It's too long.
I would go, look, I have to leave.
Me on the other
On the way out of the door, do not introduce me to anyone. I am not speaking to anyone. Don't stop and talk to anyone under any circumstances.
Wow. What is
the
this?
Irish goodbye is really a lifesaver.
I love
it.
it.
really
love
is.
the Irish goodbye.
Me too.
And then a quick note later.
Yeah.
Had a great time. Thanks so much.
Yep.
Cram it.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm in my jammies. Leave me alone.
This one's a little rough. I'd walk a mile just to hear her fart through a walkie-talkie.
That's so funny.
Oh.
That's how hot she is.
Well, then that.
Okay. There's no context provided.
No, then I drink her bathwater. That
Yeah,
was
sure,
one.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And there's some about her dad. I really can't repeat any of that.
Yeah,
now that
that's-
I think about it.
This is a good one. My dad would watch trailers for movies. He would say, that one's rated R for rent it.
He wasn't going to go to the theater.
I like that
Spend
very
his time
much.
and money.
Yes.
Here's a variation on the one you just mentioned, Chick. This guy writes, I dragged my balls through a mile of poison glass just to drink her bathwater.
Poison glass.
He takes it one step further.
Yeah. Where do you get? What's poison glass?
That's what's so wonderful about it.
Was he grow up in the enchanted forest?
It's
What
not
the
just
hell?
going to cut you; it's going to poison you.
Here's a couple common ones. My father would say to my mother, "Shut your hole."
Whoa. That's a little
That's
rough.
Loving relationship.
My mother would say to
Somebody
my father,
didn't quite get what we were doing there.
My father
Don't
would
make
say,
me backhand
My
you.
father didn't say anything; he just used his fist. Well, that's not really,
Well, we're trying
not really what we're doing
some
here.
of the funnier, unique ones.
All I remember is, boy, smack.
This one.
That's what my dad said.
This one's really confusing, but Chick, you'll I think probably be able to help me with this one.
Okay.
I will say S, and that will mean the common word for defecant.
Uh-huh.
My football coach would say, "Well, it's like S through a tin horn. If you missed your block,
Tin horn.
yeah, what?
It runs.
Okay.
Maybe it goes through smoothly. I don't know.
In other words, the guy missed the block, so they got through like S through a tin
I
horn.
don't even know what a tin horn is.
I don't either.
Your French horns, your trumpets, your
but
just
a
band instrument.
turd wouldn't easily go through a French horn.
I've always heard the one where you'd have diarrhea.
Right.
And you could go through a screen door and not hit
Right.
a wire.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good one.
Can't make chicken salad out of chicken. I've heard that. Our coach said that.
Oh yeah, okay.
You heard
Out
that
of
one?
chicken ass.
Yes.
I like that.
Huh.
What is that? What's the context for
What?
that?
It's get in front of the guy.
You can't make chicken salad out of chicken. You know.
Yeah. If you want a finished product, you gotta
Make it right with good ingredients.
exactly.
Actually, my defense coordinator, the one who had the spirit stick who hit me in the head, he reminded me a lot of the R. Lee Ermey from Full Metal Jacket. Actually, I'd get this a lot. Oh, that's right. Yeah, don't block him. That's a great idea. Real sarcastic, Josh.
If someone asked my father if he was a runner, he would say, "I don't have to do that now. I bought this watch and stopped stealing stuff."
Yeah.
That sounds like he wanted to confess to someone.
When somebody would go by speeding, my mother would say, "Hope you get to that fire."
If something was slightly annoying, or my dad would always say, "That's life in the city."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's life in the big city. I've heard big city.
My dad would describe self-centered people as standing too close to the mirror.
Oh, well, he's always standing too close to the mirror, isn't he?
I've
That's
heard
good.
the speeding car one. I heard. You should have started sooner. One of
Oh,
those.
that's good too.
And yeah, go ahead. Hell's only half full.
Oh, I like that one.
How about that?
How about this one? You can't push a rabbit out of a culvert with a rope.
No, you
Well,
can't.
you certainly can't.
Is
You
this-
can't shoot pool with a rope either.
Is this a sexual thing?
I don't know.
Because they're
The rabbit and the
no
pregnancy.
the limp rope shooting pool thing is
Did they used to kill rabbits for pregnancy tests?
no.
Is that what that? How that? Well, how
I
that?
never understood that either.
that happen?
The rabbit died.
Did they injected the rabbit with
No.
something?
I thought they
so.
did too with the hormone, the
Yeah.
pregnancy hormone or
I
something.
thought it was a test of the father's strength. If you can strangle the rabbit and kill it,
Yes.
that means you're pregnant.
He's very virile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your parents never say when they were looking for something? Yeah, I ran all over Hell's Half Acre.
I love Hell's Half Acre.
No, that's another good one.
Oh, my
That's a
mom
good
and
name
Dad
for like a
used to say
haunted
that.
house.
Yeah, Hell's
Yeah,
Half
I like
Acre.
that.
Hell's half
Been
acre.
Yeah, we got to go to Hell's Half Acre.
No, it's not a good name.
What?
Fart in a skillet at a restaurant.
No.
That is not a good restaurant name.
I'd like the biscuits with the fart in a skillet. How about this one? This is interesting. I've heard a variation of this one. Do you want a drink, or a drink, or a drink? Okay.
I've heard.
Never heard that.
Are we
Yeah.
having drinks or drinky drinks? Is what I've heard.
Yeah, that's
I
the
like
same
that,
thing.
yeah.
A drink would be non-alcoholic. A drink would be wine or beer, and a drink would be liquor.
Oh, okay, a hard liquor. All right,
that
gotcha.
makes sense. Yeah, I like that one very much. If you've got any good ones, by all means, you can get them to us. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com, yes?
Or, God, he's as drunk as Hootie Brown.
Hootie Brown!
Write these down. Who's Hootie Brown?
Never heard of Hootie Brown. Didn't know he had a drinking problem.
Oh, my God. My parents said that all the time. Oh, he's as drunk as Hootie Brown.
Oh, I got to find out who Hootie Brown is.
I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe we'll find out. I don't know. I can't guarantee it. We'll try. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Aloe or Skins, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skins uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
They're never learn. They're never going to learn, Tom.
Lots of cool concerts on the way. Coming up, some news about that Steve Martin Short event.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show at the Silac Insurance News Desk. It's Christy Lee.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chickster.
Coming up later this morning, next hour, we've got Greg Warren, brought to you by Champion Windows, Sunrooms, Home Exteriors. Champion Windows. Visit championsavenow.com. I'm Chick McGee at the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick McGee. I'm just getting organized over here. Now, we were visiting the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk, starring Chick McGee, over there.
We didn't get to the ladies' side of the bracket yet, NCAA playoffs. Men, Auburn and Florida, Houston and Duke, Saturday night in San Antonio for the men's Final Four. And in the ladies' bracket, UCLA and Lauren Betts, she had 17 points, 7 rebounds, and they beat LSU yesterday, 72-65, UCLA advance. And Chloe Kitts scored 14 points. Defending national champion South Carolina reached the Final Four of the women's NCAA tournament for a 5th straight year, beating Duke 54-50. You know, it was celebrating there with the South Carolina Cocky. The South Carolina Gamecock was throwing confetti in the air.
Oh, having a ball.
Oh, yeah. The remaining 2 spots for the women's Final Four this evening, 7 o'clock Eastern, TCU takes on Texas on ESPN, and then UConn and USC. And then semifinals on Friday night, finals on Sunday on the ladies' side. And yesterday, we also had a fight in the NBA. Fight. It was between Detroit and Minnesota. We've got a little bit of Minnesota ends up winning the game. And I'm not sure what happens here, but somebody started pushing, shoving somebody. Here we go. We got to drive to the bucket. And then I don't know what it is about the Pistons, but they always get into fights. That's Dante DiVincenzo.
Hot-blooded Italian.
Timberwolves, and then they go, and then coaches and assistant coaches, and it's something else.
It's a bench-clearing brawl, isn't it? Whoa!
It is a bench
like a scrum.
God.
Remember the Palace at the Malice, Pistons and Pacers.
Well, now we were talking about phrases that maybe they're using in your family, like the dad who would grab something off someone else's plate and say, "Well, it's not like I was ever going to fit in my prom dress again."
We had
were you
tons
guys
of these.
often threatened with knuckle sandwiches?
Yes,
That was always on the menu at my house.
Yep.
My mom would say, "I will beat your ass." Yeah,
but not a fun.
knuckle.
Really not very.
Not a fun thing. It was threatening.
Not
That's what it was.
Not really homespun.
No,
like this one. my dad would see a good-looking woman and he'd go, I'd lick her bicycle seat in a hot summer day.
Oh, jeez.
His dad.
Father to son.
How about this one?
How's he going to learn, Josh? How's he going to learn?
My father might suggest that a gentleman was gay. He'd say, that guy would rather hear a fat man fart than see a pretty girl smile.
Oh, my goodness.
This is that kind of homespun, unfortunate wisdom.
My grandmother on my dad's side.
I like a book called Unfortunate Wisdom, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. My grandmother on my dad's side, now she was a coal miner's daughter, so think about that. But she used to say, oh my gosh, she'd go, those pants are so tight on that girl, I can see her religion.
Yes.
And
I thought that was only for men.
Yeah, because of the circumcision.
Right.
I never understood that.
I think I think somewhere along the way it just became the other.
I think it just
even
became
though
whatever.
It's not. Is there any religion that requires the ladies to do anything significant in that area?
No, but
nothing
we don't
comedic at all.
Yeah,
I want to go across some countries
I
that
forgot
are-
about
There's a tribe somewhere.
That's horrible.
Let's stick to the Western culture, shall we?
I think it just became a generic phrase, as she would say.
Yeah.
My mom had a thing about the gay people. We ought to round them all up. Stuff like that.
Your mother.
Yeah, it's plain speaking. Is what
Your mother had, you know what? She had passionate opinions.
She was very passionate.
All of them.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
Round them up.
None very.
In my house, it was always just funny he never married.
How about this one?
A lifelong bachelor.
Right.
When someone would say a phrase my grandmother had heard a million times, she'd say, well, put that in needlepoint. That's pretty good.
Did you ever talk about, they would say, oh, they're as poor as a church mouse. What the hell is a church mouse anyway? And why is a church mouse poor? I never got that.
I don't know why a church mouse would be, but a church mouse is a thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's living at the
They're
church because
cute.
he can't afford first and last, and he can't afford an apartment.
Yeah. So he's living
that's a
rent free,
problem.
and
Yeah.
They took him in at the church. He's poor.
yeah.
What is that joke about the preacher, the rat pissed on the mattress? Remember this? Fire and brimstone.
I don't know that.
His assistant was in the attic and
a lot happening, but I don't.
supposed to throw matches while he's saying fire and
These old bromides get kind of complicated.
and then the mouse pissed on the match.
My mother had
Round them up's what we should do.
my mother had very large breasts. Regardless of the situation, if someone came up and said, "Oh, I have a question," she'd go, "Yep, they're real."
Oh, funny. Yes. No, ma'am. We want to know if you volunteer at the church.
I was asking.
Yard sale.
Going to speak at church on Sunday. Yeah, they're real.
My dad would, when we would say while traveling, "Are we there yet?" Even though we knew we were hours from the destination, my father would say, "Yes, I'm just looking for a place to park." That's a great one.
Didn't our friend Randy Montgomery had the best line I've ever heard for that? He said, "Yeah, we're there. Your uncle just has a really long driveway."
Did you ever hear Oskay's story about his dad pulled the old, if you guys don't behave back there, I'm going to turn this car around?
Oh, yeah.
And they were driving from, it was like a 12-hour drive down to Florida. And one of his brothers goes, "Yeah, right. We're already like almost there. You're going to pull the car." Oskay said he's never seen somebody get beaten by another person from the front seat to the back seat. But I love that the kid called the
Yeah, we're going to turn around.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're already
6
almost
hours
there.
into the...
That happened to a friend of mine. They got all the way to Florida, and his dad turned around, went back. Yes.
I ain't buying
That's
it.
really something.
Yeah, I did. Stayed one
That's
day.
a dad who didn't want to go on that vacation
no,
anyway.
he didn't.
Wow. When my father would gun it through a yellow light that was actually red, he'd go, "Don't worry, we'll stop at the next one." These are fantastic. Oh, God.
This is what I love. Don't you love? This is when you go, "Oh yeah, people are hilarious and wonderful."
Oh, yeah.
I love this stuff. I mean, some of Chick's.
You know, my mom had a saying about people.
Yeah. Okay, round them up. Okay, fine.
Some bitches want to mind their own business. Something like that.
Anytime someone would fart, my father would blame the dog. By the way, our dog had been dead for a decade.
Oh, holy hell.
These are terrific. If you've got any, by all means, ship them off to us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Right now, the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is all about accessing therapy in a simpler manner. Let's talk some numbers. Traditional in-person therapy can cost between $100 and $250 per 50-minute session. That can add up pretty quick. BetterHelp online therapy, you're going to save an average of about 50%. So find out all the details by visiting betterhelp.com/BT show. Well, therapy, of course, is all about making an inventory of your life, doing some stuff, whatever you're thinking about. You might want to talk to someone else, and that's where therapy comes in. Maybe you've got some anxiety or you've got some stress issues. Mental health, your mental health is certainly worth it. Now, the idea of BetterHelp is to do that therapy online. You go online, you fill out a questionnaire, you'll be matched with one of some 30,000 therapists that work the program. And by the way, there are 5 million people, more than 5 million, that are actually taking advantage of BetterHelp. Because the therapy's done online, that means you can do it wherever you want to do it. At your convenience. You could be sitting in your car in the parking lot. You could be in your office. You could be on the job site, whatever works. Find out all the details by visiting betterhelp.com/BT show. And the /BT show part, once again, knocks 10% off your first month. So it's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/BT show. You can do it, by the way, like a Zoom call with a camera on. You can do it like a phone call, just talking, or even texting back and forth. It's up to you. Get the details. If you're thinking about therapy, this is an interesting way to do it because you don't have to be in a room with someone and be all nervous because you're doing it where you want to be. Once again, it's betterhelp.com/BT show. Coming up in the news, Christy Lee, what do you got over there?
Well, we have a boogeyman underneath someone's bed. We have a surgeon in trouble for sharing some photos that he shouldn't have. And we have a black bear and a guy in a bear suit coming up.
Oh, no.
Whoops.
This one.
Sexual assault?
This one's okay, but write this guy's name down because coming up.
Yeah.
And more sports coming up, too. Ovi had a goal last night, getting closer.
Boy.
All right. We'll
9
find
games
out
to
the
go.
details. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios with you. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You need parts? O'Reilly Auto Parts has parts. Need them fast? We've got fast. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Special segment coming up here in moments. There's Christy Lee and Jess Hooker. The ladies are being heard from. Hello, Jess.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Good morning. The Java House coffee is robust yet
Yes.
precocious.
Oh.
Yes.
What exactly does that mean, precocious?
Oh, well, it's hard to explain to those who don't know, Tom.
Could one say
I don't.
ornery? Could it say ornery?
Slightly ornery.
I'm Chick McGee.
I guess it's better than being unsettling and confusing.
You don't want that. No.
That would be
coffee.
that'd be no good. That'd be like curdled milk.
Last week, Thursday and Friday. Thursday we were in Cincinnati Thursday morning, and Friday we were in Toledo.
Oops.
Hello.
There you go.
Toledo, Ohio, for the fabulous opening day. Nobody looks at someone quizzical when their mic goes off more than Tom, whose mic goes off 4 or 5 times a morning. Anyway,
That is simply.
We met a lot of good people, didn't we?
Yeah, that was fun.
Tom and Pat though drove
We know how to get out of places.
back home on Friday.
Are you all packed? I said, I'm all packed. Meet me in the lobby. All right, what? 5 minutes? 5 minutes. I go up and grab my guitar, my case. I'm down there.
Boom.
Tom is always very punctual. This is like 15 minutes goes by. 20 minutes
weird.
Go by. In fact, I saw you in the lobby. You said,
And what
Tom,
did I say to you?
Tom just went to the parking lot.
I go, Tom went to your car.
Tom went to get his car.
Yeah.
And it's like 20 minutes go by, and I call him. I'm having an issue with the parking lot. I put my credit card in. I think I just paid $1,000. I can't get out. I'm waiting for someone to get me out.
Put the credit card in. It didn't work. So
I had
then I put a different credit card in. It didn't work. Then I put my third one in. It didn't work. Then I started over. Meantime, it's all backing up.
Oh, I bet.
I finally hit the thing, and I tell the guy, "Hey, look, I don't know what's going on, but I can't get out of your parking lot."
Weird.
What was the problem? Do you know?
I had a nice lady who took my $15.
I was going to say
that.
I had an attendant.
There was no attendant there.
Huh.
And that's sorry, but yeah.
So how did you end up getting out?
There was a button you push, and you get a human being in the phone, and he goes, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "This thing is not working."
Interesting.
So they raised the thing, and I got out.
Oh, you got free parking.
Yeah, it was fine. Other than
check your statement.
Other than wasting, I'm convinced every time I put it in there, I'm going to get a bill for $75.
What if it was just free parking? And he was just slipping his credit card between two stones.
Yeah.
All tired.
Now, that one didn't work.
We were in Cincinnati on Thursday. Got a letter about that. Chick McGee has added his second best ever comment on the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh.
While in Covington. The first one, of course, is the famous Baby Jessica wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And you mentioned that the
new couple were being married, and they're going to buy a house. And I said, well, I bet they're on city water.
An absolute
because,
of
course.
No need to explain. It's a brilliant joke.
No need to explain.
If you don't
Tom,
get it.
the king of the setup.
No setup.
No need to explain, he says.
I think by now.
Go ahead.
Now, this involved an event with Jess Hooker flirting with the female bartender. She was making a very special drink using the Field of Dreams whiskey.
Yes.
It was pretty hot and heavy. A lot of people really enjoyed that.
It was hot and heavy.
It did. It got intense quick.
They may have missed Chick saying, "There are not two cherries between the two of them."
Yeah. I do remember that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I might have said that.
That's very nice. Now, we have many people who enjoyed that segment of the program. Lots of other highlights, including the local pastor. Taking one of the roles.
Pastor Mike, was that his
name?
name?
Dan St. Paul for his baseball game poem.
Amazing Harry Carey impersonation.
So good.
Now, we have a really interesting story in the world of baseball. We touched on it earlier today.
Denny Hamlin won the NASCAR event. Alex Ovechkin now 5 goals away from Gretzky's NHL record after scoring the 890th of his career. And new torpedo-shaped bats are drawing attention. The New York Yankees hit a team record 9 home runs against the Milwaukee Brewers. Do we have a picture of the interesting bats using a different model in which the wood has been moved lower down the barrel with the shape ending up? It looks a little bit like a bowling pin. It's ever so slight. The top one is the torpedo bat, and the bottom one is
Now, 3 of those home runs were hit by Judge, who does not use a torpedo bat.
No.
He's sticking with
of the
traditional.
9.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why it's taken so long for someone to come up with this idea.
And this was thought up by a teacher in physics at MIT, who was on the Yankee staff last year.
In other words, it's thicker, sort of where the label would be. It does look like an elongated bowling pin.
Well, the sweet spot's always been, if you're looking at a bat and the label is readable, to the right of the label. So this is just an enlarged, in a way, the sweet spot, and then it tapers slightly towards the end of the bat as opposed to staying the same diameter.
Is there anything to that? I was always heard, don't hit it on the trademark because you'll break the bat.
Yes, that's a good way to break the bat.
I've heard that, yeah.
And Jess, you're looking puzzled. It's tapered so your ass won't slam shut.
Oh, jeez.
He just went ass. He didn't even no can.
Not doing the setups
Straight
right
to the
today.
ass.
Again, you don't need the setup bat if you've been around, you know.
Gigantic barrels have always, the diameter of the barrel, the MLB rules have always been really large. Like, you can have a pretty big barrel, but obviously that's going to add weight to your bat. when you now have a sweet spot that's giant, but it tapers, and you're going to get some of that weight going.
Have you ever seen? Have you been to the Hall of Fame and seen some of the?
Yeah, if you look at an old bat, they're huge. They're just lumber.
Yeah, Babe Ruth's bat. Yeah, they're big. But they're calling it the torpedo. So I assume every team is going to be getting these in the next couple days.
I have no idea, but
or they outlaw them altogether.
I would guess.
Actually,
there's really no reason to.
I don't.
It's just a different. If you run a lathe, you're just keeping it thicker in the middle, essentially. The Major League Baseball rules about bats are not very complicated.
Do you have them there? The
I do.
They have to be a certain diameter, a certain weight ratio,
and a 42 inches.
And they all have to be made from one piece of wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's smooth, round, not more than 2.61 inches in diameter, and not more than 42 inches in length. And it has to be, as John said, one piece of wood. That's it.
A 42-inch bat is
That's crazy.
What is a normal?
That's crazy.
38.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 36.
36, maybe.
Yeah.
38.
Now, why were bats corked? Why did that make it?
Makes them lighter.
Wow.
There was also a guy that developed a bat.
Bat speed, Pat. That's your speed of the bat. That's the key.
There was a guy that developed a bat that, how do I describe it? The surface of the bat was, what's the word, dimpled, like golf balls, little tiny, and that was not allowed. That would be disallowed by Major League
Will they
Baseball.
ever go to aluminum bats?
No, they'd kill people in Major League Baseball. Okay.
Yeah, there's an opposite argument of college should go to wood bats.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
I
the
think
sound
so.
of an aluminum
I do
bat.
too.
Hate it.
Well, they're trying to get rid of the sound, actually, and I'm sure they probably will here someday.
But the players, any bat that got rid of the sound, the players would go, "This bat's dead."
Yeah.
Right.
But it wasn't. It just sounded dead.
How do they make that transition from college to pro then? If
They
they've
just
been,
do.
They just do it,
Yep.
huh? Wow.
Yeah. There is no transition. You just go one day from playing with aluminum, the next
That
to
has
wood.
to be a shock.
Now, the good players would,
Yeah.
go to batting cages or with
Right.
coaches and stuff, and yeah.
So we'll see if everyone has these soon. It's kind of a fun thing. How many? What over the weekend was it? 20 home runs or something?
Something like
Some
that.
huge number for the
That's
Yankees.
good for baseball.
The NFL competition committee has proposed making the dynamic kickoff rule, and that's given to the kickoff that we had this past season. That's called the dynamic kickoff.
Isn't calling it dynamic because it's so undynamic?
Well,
Isn't that one of those opposite things?
They want to make it permanent, and they want to move touchbacks to the 35-yard line from the 30. The committee hopes that moving the touchback on kicks that reach the end zone from 30 to 35 will incentivize kicking teams to opt for shorter kicks that lead to more returns.
Now, it is illegal to use these torpedo bats in football.
Oh.
No. The middle linebackers get them.
Oh, they do?
Yes.
Oh, that's a new rule.
That is the rule. And they're called football bats when they're used in competition. The committee released several other rule changes for 2025, including an expansion of instant replay. That's perfect. Allowing teams to declare their intention, and they have to use these words. I declare
I hope so.
that we are going to have an onside kick. I repeat. They need to declare their intention for an onside kick at any point in the game when they are trailing instead of only in the fourth quarter. Well, this is.
And you're also allowed for an onside kick. You're allowed to have a guy rush up and try to block it from 5 yards away, but he can't be wearing a cup and can use his hands. So,
Man, that's a lot going on there.
yeah, you got to put your face right in there. It's brutal. If you're just joining us, hi. This is the Bob and Tom program. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, visiting the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk, the home of Chick McGee.
And with all these other NFL rules changes, like keeping the dynamic kickoff rule, moving touchbacks from the 30 to the 35-yard line, you can have an onside kick at any time of the game as long as you declare your intention. All these proposed changes will be considered this week at the league meetings in one of the league cities, Green Bay, Minneapolis, Dallas, Texas, Palm Beach, Florida.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, the hot spring break chicks are down there.
Yeah.
Get some of that college tang.
Well,
Get some of that.
they're
College.
scouting, Tom, is what they're doing. Some of the college tang have brothers.
You didn't read the whole thing. There's that. My favorite new
I'm
rule
trying.
is no pads November. That is a great idea.
That's really something.
Especially in November.
And that's sponsored, oddly enough, that's sponsored by Kotex.
That is odd.
No pad. Teams submitted several proposals that also could be voted on at the league meetings, including that tush push that the Eagles run and changing playoff seeding rules. They go by records instead of divisions.
And they're going to move the goalpost back another 20 yards. So in most stadiums, they'll be in the stands.
Oh, cool.
That's exciting.
No, actually, they're going to make the goalpost horizontal, come out from the sidelines. Same width, but you got.
That's very interesting.
Isn't that interesting? And there'll be 2 goalposts.
What if? How about this? How about 2 crossbars? You've got to get it in the square.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
I like that very much.
You just win if you get that. Like, that's an option.
Bullseye.
Yeah.
And the ref trots out a big stuffed animal for you.
These are all great ideas.
And speaking of the NFL, the Florida Gators football team has a member named Desmond Randy Watson. He could become the heaviest man ever drafted in NFL history.
Aye.
During Florida's Pro Day, 6'6", 464-pound defensive tackle.
Yeah, I'm fat.
Bench pressed 225 pounds 36 times.
A 36 repper?
And that tops any bench press performance at this year's NFL Combine. He ran a 40, 6'6", 464 at 5.9 seconds.
That's impossible.
And recorded 25 inches in the vertical jump.
Man.
That's unbelievable.
That means he's 6'6". He can jump 25. He can dunk a basketball.
He can jump 2 feet in the air.
At 46.
And he's so big,
464
this is
pounds.
interesting. The NFL is going to require 2 picks to take him.
So big that is airline style.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. You're going to have to give us your next round pick.
God, who wants to face that guy?
We go by however many seats you use on a plane. That's how many picks we have to use.
It's going to be like you got hit by a car.
Mr. Watson would be nearly 100 pounds heavier than the NFL's heaviest players drafted before, Trent Brown and Daniel Fa'alele, both at 380.
Does he look... Is he one of those fat, strong guys, or is he all muscle?
He's huge. He doesn't look like a big fat guy.
Yeah, gotcha.
Desmond Watson.
There are those fat guys out there that are it's almost like they only have fat, but it's around all muscle.
Yeah.
They just lift a car.
Try the tush push with this guy. Good luck getting through that
him
guy.
Play center, yeah. And then the quarter, Jalen Hurts can squat 600 pounds or something.
Here you go. Look at that. I mean, he is twice the size of the person.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's assaulting a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it looks like that's a peewee player.
Right.
Do they
he's
have
about to tackle.
Do they have any pictures of him shirtless?
I could look.
No, he is flabby.
He's a little flabby.
Yeah. Does he have a nickname?
Not yet.
Because one of the most famous big fellows was the refrigerator. He could be the walk-in freezer.
I think there was a guy named the Freezer. There were a couple others.
He's the walk-in cooler.
He's big. Wow.
It's a big man.
The Morgue. That's a good nickname, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here comes the Morgue.
Oh, yeah. That's very good.
I think his leg is as big as Jess and I. Like one leg.
Well.
Man, Nitley. Oh, that's a big guy.
His knees have to be.
Boy,
his left knees.
He's always on bottom. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah. God. I mean, if he were to land on top of a quarterback.
Get off me. I have to be on bottom. I can't go back to jail. I smothered a woman to death, you see.
Accident in Orlando.
Do you want to hear the world record? Do you want to wait?
Let's wait.
All right.
I'm sure it's very exciting.
Nope.
Okay.
But by gosh, we're going to make it exciting. I tell you that.
Coming up, we have I need to talk to some kind of animal expert on this one. We got a guy trying to scare away bears by putting on a bear costume. I just think,
what the hell is that over there? Hey, Morty, come here. Get a load of this guy.
Yeah.
They think.
Watch this. I'm going to go make love to it.
That's the quickest way to get him out of the suits.
And we have a headline I never thought I'd be able to read on the radio. It involves a bird.
Something like a titmouse?
Similar.
Similar to that?
Wait till you hear about this one. This is great. And then we got a great headline. My dog ate $13,000 worth of underwear.
What a pervert.
Oh, those are really good underwear, or many pairs of underwear.
Game worn, of course. These are all facts that'll be coming up on this program. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
There's more of the show coming up. Book your next vacation with Christy Lee and Colette. Visit England, Scotland, and Wales this September 28th. Visit bobandtom.com for details. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
I can say to my new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, hey, find a keto-friendly restaurant nearby and text it to Beth and Steve. And it does, without me lifting a finger. So I can get in more squats anywhere I can. 1, 2, 3.
Will that be cash or credit?
Credit. 4.
Galaxy S25 Ultra, the AI companion that does the heavy lifting so you can do you. Get yours at Samsung.com. Compatible with select apps. Requires Google Gemini account. Results may vary based on input. Check responses for accuracy.
Getting sexy.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios.
Chick, I was cruising through the station, the channels yesterday on the clicker, as my grandma would say.
That's right.
On Lifetime, I didn't watch any of it. There was a movie called Deadly Dilf.
What? Dads, I'd like to.
Wow.
So apparently this
Really?
DILF, not to be
Not to
messed
be
with.
messed- yeah.
Right.
There are plenty of
Whoa.
DILFs out there, ladies. Don't mess with the deadly ones.
No.
How weird. Now
I
we
see Tom as a deadly DILF. He's the last I'd suspect, right, Tom?
Boy.
Is that a compliment? I'm not sure.
Well,
I
I think being a DILF is a compliment.
Did you watch it?
No, man. I wish I had.
Why? You just tired of living?
I wanted to see what made this DILF so deadly.
Probably some jackass upstairs that thought of a better title for some crappy movie somebody made.
Oh, my God.
This will get morons to watch.
Hey, look, it's a stupid world record. Stupid world record. Got to get a new intro. An Egyptian freediver has broken the Guinness World Record for performing the most pull-ups underwater.
How do you, well, that's
Just
hard.
one breath.
Now, see, it's much harder than you think.
Does he have weights on his ankles or anything?
36-year-old Rami Abdelhamid swam down to pull up.
By the way,
Hey, it's raining.
Situated.
I think you're right. Abdelhamid.
Situated 29 feet 6 inches beneath the surface of the Red Sea. Sorry, ladies. Where he
It's
performed
SEA.
33 pull-ups to achieve the title. Mr. Abdelhamid explained why pull-ups are actually more difficult underwater.
What did he sound like when he explained? Excellent take, Tom.
Good save.
Yes.
Nice save.
Good.
He said the challenge
I'm running out of air.
the challenge was actually pushing myself back down.
Now remember,
Oh.
he starts on the surface. He's got to swim down. He's 30 feet below the surface.
So they had like a bar down there that he was hanging on?
And they've got a whole setup.
Watch this. Yeah, they do.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Wow.
It's a push
Yeah.
down underwater.
And your question is correct,
He weighs
though.
nothing.
Yeah, it looks so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, when he's done, he's got to get to the surface and not die.
Or not. They'll revive him. Come on.
Got scuba people right there.
Yeah.
Are those all the sponsors taped to the...
Hilarious. They have like laminated pieces of paper.
Yeah, that's amateur looking, but
Oh, they're giving each other high fives. You know,
Well, he broke the world
they
record.
did shots that night. And
you ever seen that movie about the people that do
The
Completed
one guy
that.
couldn't
Don't
high five.
watch
Apparently, he
They
stole something once.
Oh,
oh, yeah.
Oh.
They played with themselves on a
Hey.
balcony and completed
All
over
right,
the
I'm
years.
sorry.
Don't watch that movie. Have you seen it, Tom?
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
which one?
The freediving movie.
And then there was a piece on them, I think,
Doesn't
on,
end well
on
for
60
very
Minutes or
long.
something, and the one lady ended up disappearing, and
Yeah,
they
doesn't
never
end
found
well
the
for
body.
some.
And
Oh.
they're the ones that they get on those weights and they go way down. And,
Are we ever going to do the news story about the guy who tried to kill his wife with the rock in Hawaii? Was that last week?
Oh,
Why
no,
not?
I saw that. That was wild.
Why not? Because
and she's alive.
Yeah, she is.
Tried to stabbed her with something too.
Yeah, and pushed
Tried
her
to
off,
push her
pushed
off
her
the-
off a ledge, and
Yeah.
hit her with a rock,
Boy.
then pushed her
Boy,
off.
what did she do?
And she's alive.
Wait a second. Hang on a second.
Well, you know what she
Everybody
did?
stop for a second.
No. She
I
just
love,
would- she
I
just
love
would-
blaming the victim. Yeah, in
She
this
just
case,
wouldn't listen, Josh.
Why did she hit her? Why did he hit her in the head with the rock?
I don't think he liked her.
Oh, I thought it was because that's where the noise was coming from.
Again, I think doubling down on your horrific.
I'm sorry. You're right.
You know, there's a reason I didn't print that story. That's why.
Well, you got it. No, I figured had she perished, of course we wouldn't do the story.
No, this is still awful.
But no, she's alive.
Yeah, she survived attempted murder by her husband.
Absolutely. Think of the movie of the week she's going to do. Talk about a meet cute.
Now, did he try to push a giant rock like off a cliff onto her, or did he just hit her
No,
with a rock?
he hit her in the head.
They
Hit her
were
in the
posing
head.
for a photo.
And he said, get out there on the edge. That's where you can really experience what you're looking at.
Oh, my gosh.
And then hit her with a syringe of something to
What?
knock her out. Yeah.
Oh,
and then
They
the
don't know.
rock-
Yeah,
They
he
don't
was
know
a
what was in
doctor,
it.
wasn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
Like stage this whole thing so that he could push her into this ravine or canyon
What an
or whatever.
awful person.
So basically, he killed her 3 times that
And
we
it
know
did,
of.
and none of them
Attempted,
worked.
None
yeah.
of them.
Yeah. The
Bad
rock,
murder.
the syringe.
Well, she's a witch.
And the fault. Yeah.
Oh no! Again, not only are we blaming the victim, we're turning her into a witch.
Or he's a bad murderer.
Yeah,
Apparently,
he might be a
That's true.
weak man.
That's true.
Oh God!
What happened to the beauty of a knife? What happened to that? It's so simple.
Chloroform.
Is that sports?
The gorgeous simplicity of a piano wire.
Is that sports? Does that complete what you call a sportscast?
Take the gun, leave the cannoli. Yes, that's sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Chick McGee at the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk.
That's what we farted for.
You want to hear the music?
Well, I haven't played it for a month.
Okay.
What are you, me?
Check, Lucky. This is what you farted for.
And ladies and gentlemen, be looking for that New York Yankees autographed torpedo bat dildo coming
Oh, God.
But actually,
to a store near you.
you have unknowingly led us to the first story in the world of news from Christy Lee at the.
Hang on.
Well, you dig for it. She's at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
She couldn't find the last one she looked for. So.
You know what?
Really unprepared today.
Yeah.
Well, this
is not where I thought we were going.
Maybe a flashlight.
Texas lawmakers have proposed a bill that would require a photo ID to buy sex toys online.
Oh, all right.
The Houston Chronicle reports a bill would require anyone purchasing with the bill terms an obscene device must provide proof they are 18 or older, such as government-issued ID or through a third-party age verification service.
They're missing the point.
What's the point?
What's the point?
Anonymity?
What's the point?
No, I mean, if you're a teenage boy, you don't need anything except maybe privacy, right?
Well,
Yeah, I kind of agree.
You're not
with
going to
you
need
here. The market,
the pocket porn.
yeah, for the underage.
I
it's not that big.
I think I remember hearing about the pocket
really
accessory and losing my mind and thinking I've got to get one.
Really?
But did you
Yeah.
ever though?
I didn't.
Same.
No. I couldn't,
Right.
I couldn't hook it up, but man, I wanted.
I mean,
to.
first of all, don't they have better things to do right now?
I would think.
Maybe we could help poor people, or I'm concerned about 14-year-olds buying dildos online. What? Who cares?
Violation of this law would subject site owners to a $5,000 fine and a misdemeanor charge. According to the Texas Penal Code,
Ironic.
an obscene device means, quote, a device including a dildo or artificial vagina designed or marketed as useful primarily for the stimulation of human genital organs.
Whoa. Even the Tom Jones thing is pushing it.
You know where we're going, Tracy?
You're going to the phone.
To the phone.
Hey, did you know it's currently
The Bob and Tom Show is experiencing technical difficulties.
No, I'm just.
We're working on the problem, and we'll be
Right.
back as soon as we can.
There's more to this story. First of all,
Good God,
It
man.
is very the town elders in Footloose are mad.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Relax.
Hey, in Texas, it's illegal to own more than 6 of these devices. Did you know that?
so there's
I love
like,
that they decided 6.
Yes.
there's a 6 dildo limit in Texas. This is going to cause people to go across the border, Josh.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a news story next week about. Yeah, well, Smuggling in,
what are
smuggling in dildos. You know the.
Well, what else they smuggling, Tom?
Well, the problem is they're taking all of our dildo manufacturers' jobs. We got people in Abilene working at lathes all day long. Now foreigners are making all of our dildos. Why are they worried about this? I mean, this is going to be like...
It's pretty uptight.
Is this going to be like you're going to have... like teenagers, loitering in front of a sex shop?
Yeah.
Is it like at a liquor store?
Hey,
mister, can you buy me some beers? Psst, mister, can you buy me a vibrating dildo?
The answer is simple. They've already made that law for porn. If you go to a sex store site, it can get pretty explicit.
Yeah.
So they're just throwing it in there, but very uptight.
Is there such a thing as a Texas dildo?
Oh, everything's bigger in Texas.
I mean, I'm just asking. If you go to a dildo store, to the armadillo, it's got like a special sheathing of armor on it.
These people should be 4 dildos. Well, I say 7. Well, maybe 5.
Well, hey, can we meet in the middle?
6 it is. All right, that sounds good to me, Senator.
Very reasonable.
Wow, let's do it.
And we crossed party lines to come to this.
What about the pocket?
So, Christy.
Yes.
Let me rephrase this.
Are you legal in Texas?
Yes, there. Thank you.
I am legal in Texas.
Miss Hooker, you don't have to answer this question.
Yeah, I'm legal in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fewer than 6.
6 is too many.
Most
Why
women
do you need more than
find
6?
the one that does the trick and stick with it.
Exactly.
Now, I have a technical question.
Yeah.
The so-called beads.
Yeah.
Why are you censoring yourself now? And not saying anal.
Go on. What about
is it per bead? Can you have more than 6, or is each strand count as 1?
I hope this was all discussed.
Yeah, this is again. There's some lawyer that comes home.
Have you been
always wanted to move.
wrongly incarcerated for having too many anal beads?
Always wanted to move to Austin. Heard it was a really hip town. I spent my day at the law firm describing anal beads for some judge. Come on. That's insane. What a waste of time. God. Who's in favor of this? Who cares? Oh, God.
We've got to start writing these dates down when you do stuff like that.
It's such a waste of everybody's time.
Remember March 31st, 2025, when Tom said, dildos and pie. Just said it like it was good morning.
Yeah, you really did.
As loud and clear as I am.
Oh, sorry. I guess got caught up in the moment.
Yes, that's what it looked like.
Once again, we are currently in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and thank you for joining us.
Presently, we'll be leaving.
Back.
I've got to hear it again. I'm going into the editing room to hear it.
I want to hear it again. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
So good, so good, so good.
Get ready, because Clear the Rack is on at your Nordstrom Rack store. Now through Monday, find incredible deals on Wear Now styles. On sale for even less at Nordstrom Rack. Take an extra 25% off red tag clearance throughout the store from brands like Adidas, Marc Jacobs, Steve Madden, and more. All sales final. The best stuff goes fast. So shop this sale at Nordstrom Rack today. Please see NordstromRack.com or ask a store associate for details.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show at the Silac Insurance News Desk. It's Christy Lee.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chick.
We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I'm Chick McGee, and is there any more satisfying sound than this, Tom? Throwing the old bat on the ground.
Dropping the bat after you've launched one.
The old trick bat.
That's going over the fence, and then you drop the bat.
You got to be a gentleman about it. Don't flip that bat too far.
Oh, still
really?
say
There's a
Juan Bautista, the best bat flip in the history of Major League Baseball. When he hit that home run for the Blue Jays.
Unspoken rules, yes, Chris.
Oh, I had no idea.
You don't want to show anybody up. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
You don't want to do that.
Bats in the news in a big way today.
Mm-hmm.
Once
I
again.
never paid attention to the bat flip.
You don't flip. You don't go slow around the bases. You don't go too fast. You don't want to show anybody up.
It's kind of sexy how a guy, discards his bat after the hit,
Yeah,
How
sure.
smooth it is.
Super
yeah.
cool.
Did ever a guy ask you to choke up?
Oh, my God. Hey,
Well,
she
that's a-
said, changing the subject.
You're on detention.
Well, that's right. I'm on double secret probation. I'm sorry.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Bob and Tom Show is experiencing technical difficulties with Dirty Mouth Tom.
Tim's a bad boy.
You're going to wash your mouth out with soap.
I just find it humorous that the state of Texas has a limit on the number of dildos you can legally possess.
Not just dildos, right, Tom?
And also,
Yeah. Hey, in North Carolina. Go ahead.
do they have like a? Boy, there's a TV show, huh? Some squad in Texas going door to door counting the sex toys.
Hi, we're just here. Thank you, man, for answering the door. We're just here to count your dildos and your male equivalents.
You've been harassing me for years.
No, you just
It's
open
a
up your...
very special episode tonight on Twat. It's like
that would be the name.
It's
Oh, my gosh,
it's Texas.
you got it again.
I got it again.
We're going to get it all morning if you keep that up.
Well, see, that'd be the Texas.
Yes.
You know, I have a mortgage.
What's wrong with you?
See,
You have a
you got
mortgage?
I just got a car.
You got the SWAT team, and this
I
would be
bought my
I
house.
like it. I like everything that's happening.
I bought my house with cash.
All he's doing
okay.
is he's
But-
handing us multiple get out of jail free
Yeah,
cards.
God.
sorry.
Don't do as I do as I say.
What does SWAT stands for? What is it, like secret weapons and tactics?
You know, I don't know.
I don't think it's
Oh, it's
secret.
special,
I think
isn't
it's
it? Special.
Special weapons
Special.
and taxes, and this is
No,
Tactics.
tactics.
Taxes.
You know what?
No more coffee for you.
I've said this a couple times. Maybe you'll hear me now. Maybe radio's not for you.
I told you I can't think and talk
Your
at the same
family's
time.
not allowed to go on vacation anymore. You're too
Now,
rested.
so
Yeah.
it would be the Texas Weapons and Tactics team.
Okay.
You see, they'd be
Yes.
going door to door.
Well,
Never
you
mind.
can say that.
Again, how ridiculous is it that they have a limit of the number of dildos you can have? Oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's 6 in Texas, what is it in Utah? 1?
Oh,
I think
probably
it's
none.
none.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So what do you have over there, Christy?
Well, North Carolina man took a unique approach to getting rid of a black bear on his property. Videos captured in Asheville show the resident donning a brown bear costume, growling at the
this'll
wild animal
fix
on his
'em.
property on multiple occasions. Each time, the black bear eventually runs off at the sight of the man in the grizzly bear suit.
You don't have to do that. You can just walk out there with a couple pans and bang them, and the black bear will leave.
Hopefully.
Again, yeah. The
guy who got-
problem I have with this is, what if you've got a black bear that didn't read the manual? And he goes, "Hey, look, that guy smells like my lunch."
They always say with black bears, act big and make a bunch of
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah, but they always say that the guy that could attest to the fallacy of that was eaten by a black bear.
The grizzlies are the ones you got to look out for. The
Oh,
grizzly
you're right.
bears
I
are-
can't even
Ooh,
imagine.
God.
Can you imagine
No.
if you were walking in the woods and you heard like a whoosh, and you turned around and there was a grizzly?
You're done. You're done.
Don't they say that a polar
They'll
bear,
rip you
polar bears
apart.
are even more dangerous?
Yeah, because they'll
Yeah.
hunt. They'll follow you
Because there's nothing else to eat.
Right.
Well, and they're irritable from being cold.
Sure, yeah.
You know how pissed you
That's
get
the whole
being cold.
thing. Maybe they just want your coat.
Yes.
I mean,
Hey, you
Give
should never
me the-
hike alone in grizzly country.
I won't eat you for your hide if you just give me your hide.
is that a Bogner? Sorry. I'd like to hear from an animal person if this is really the smart move.
Yes.
Well, of course
Will
it's not a
some
smart
animal
move.
person call us?
Someone who's
It's
aware.
unnecessary.
No.
I just think it could go very, very. What if you're out there in your bear costume and you see the black bear, then you see little bear cubs?
No.
You're toast, right?
I will.
Yeah.
That's always been my thing. I'd be way more. I'd be so much. I'd be.
Hang on. It's
More
okay.
days and words.
We're all in this together.
Thank you, John.
Go
I'd be
right
more
ahead.
afraid of seeing a cub than I would the mama, because
Oh,
you
yeah.
see the cub, you know mama's not far. You just can't see her.
And you know you want to go pet the cub.
Well, that's the thing
Yeah.
Christy and I have. We
yeah,
just want
we
to go
wanna
hug bears.
play with them. And,
Really?
yeah.
Well, it can be if it's on your list, your bucket list, because the bucket's coming.
Yeah.
right behind you.
We will be kicking it in no time.
I
Yeah, Christy and I can't hike together.
Don't
'cause
bears?
How
don't-
many-
bears smell horribly, right?
Yeah, they say you can
Yes,
smell
you
them
can smell
far
them,
away.
yeah.
But my question is this person doing this because it works or because he wants the viral video?
I think that. the latter.
Probably.
And I'd like. There's probably no one that has an accurate list of people that died or were mauled trying to do some stupid video.
There's probably a whole.
You know, you always hear about I'm
website
going to
for
stand in front of the train and boom. That last selfie was really great.
I was just reading about this morning. It's really weird. This guy has a book about horrible grizzly bear attacks, and the number one thing he says is you should never, ever, ever hike alone, especially when it's this time of year and the bears are coming out of hibernation. Guess what they are? Hungry.
Alone.
Yeah.
Boy, I bet you are hungry after
Yeah, you are.
hibernation.
Couldn't you? I mean,
Have you seen that video that was going around with the bear waking up from hibernation, and it looked like a person with his hair all messed up? And everything? It was hilarious.
That's funny.
Where am I?
What the hell, man?
Have you seen the documentary about the guy that was living with the bears? Was that in Alaska
Grizzly
or Canada?
Man?
Yeah.
and he got eaten by a bear.
Well,
Grizzly. That was nominated for an Oscar, wasn't
It's
it?
a good
Grizzly Man?
documentary.
I mean, at first he's walking around with them all the time.
Right.
Then,
Oh, yeah.
Playing with them?
They love me.
Yeah, well,
then there's a rather gruesome the audio of him getting eaten.
Oh.
what happened that made him actually get eaten by the bear? Do we know?
Nothing.
The bears got
one of the
hungry.
bears didn't read the manual.
Yeah.
Didn't.
They're just and a bear that he was very familiar with.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It just remembered it was a bear.
Yeah.
Ouch. Hadn't had lunch.
Now, Christy, this next one, it's okay to read the headline, but it deserves.
Listen to somebody.
Wait,
he's directing you
Cautious.
about what words to
what
say.
story are we doing next?
The one about the birds.
Let me tell you about
The birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees
and the fake
and the thing called love.
Give her some room here because she's gonna have. There's a little.
I don't want to lose my job.
Don't
Here,
lose your
would you
job.
like me to do
It's
it?
a legitimate news
I'll happily
headline.
lose my job.
Too much light at night disturbs great tits. We'll have the story coming up.
Okay.
That's
Great what?
Tits.
That's the name of a bird.
Name of a bird. Great tit.
The great
The
tit.
great tit. Yes. Like a titmouse
Yep.
or
Right.
It's the name of a bird. Don't look at me like that. I didn't name it.
well,
But you want to giggle about it.
How is this going?
You ever seen a great pair
look?
with feathers?
How's this going to look in cold
not a
hard
great
tire?
It's going to look like a legitimate
court.
story out of the
With,
news.
with the state seal hanging on the wall. How's
Swiss
it going to look
info.
there?
It comes right. Yeah. From
well,
Switzerland.
it's time now to check in with Josh because it's time now to talk about our friends at OrangeInsoles.com.
yes, I was talking with the folks at Orange Insoles, and I said, guys, you're missing out on half the market here. Orange outsoles. And I said, you're only capturing 50%. Some people want them on the outside of their shoes.
No.
And
That'd
they
be
explained to me
silly.
they often fall off.
That's right.
They go, hey, look, we know what we're doing. Just read. Okay. If you have back pain, hip pain, or knee pain, it affects your daily routine. I know what kind of support you currently have in your shoes because you're always complaining about not feeling right. Well, that support is weak. It's a floppy little thin liner, does nothing really. Tissue. It's like a tissue. OrangeInsoles.com is the place to go. They offer art support and a deep heel cup that work better in your shoes to help support your body, giving you better alignment and alleviating some of that discomfort you have, if not all of it. Find the right fit for you in whatever shoe you wear with the insole quiz at OrangeInsoles.com. You tell them what shoes you wear, work boots, sneakers, dress shoes, running shoes, whatever, and you tell them your size. By the way, these come true to size right to you. There's no cutting required when you get them. And they carry sizes 15 plus. Go to orangeinsoles.com today for free shipping. Plus, Orange Insoles come with a 60-day we want you to be happy guarantee. That's 2 months. You try them out, and I think you're really going to find that you love them. That's orangeinsoles.com. Feel better. Do more.
Thank you very much, Orange Insoles. And don't forget, we've got a special thing going on with Orange Insoles. I'll tell you about it in just a few minutes. And we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Business taxes. Was stressing about all the time and all the money you spent on your taxes.
This is my bill?
Now Business Taxes is a TurboTax small business expert who does your taxes for you and offers year-round advice at no additional cost, so you can keep more money in your business. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com/business. Only available with TurboTax Live full service.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. That's right. It's pretzel nugget time.
Sounds like it. You're eating a roast chicken over there.
That's not funny, Pat.
Everybody else laughed.
This never happens on ESPN.
Christy Lee, Josh Arnold,
And I'll cut to Chris
Jess
Berman eating
Hooker.
a hot dog.
Say my name.
You know, that may have happened.
Hello,
Pat
Tom.
Godwin. I'll say your name.
Very good. I'll do the roundabout here. We got.
Here we go.
just did it.
Get comfortable.
Yeah, but it is just with a mouthful of food.
Get comfortable. Tom doing the intros. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, we have.
And if you happen to be on the phone waiting for us, go ahead and hang up. We'll
Well,
call
we
you.
have a Zoom call, don't we?
We're going to talk with one of my favorite comedians, Greg Warren's
Nate
joining us.
Bargatze. Oh,
There he is.
Greg Warren's The Warren Report, brought to you by Champion Windows. Visit championsavenow.com.
Hey, Greg, when is the album come? I mean, the new TV special going to be out?
May 16th, Tom. Thanks
All
for
right.
asking.
My birthday.
Do we have a title yet?
We don't have an official title, but it seems like the champ is the lead.
I like that very much.
How about Greg Warren? It's Josh's birthday.
That works better.
Happy
It's
birthday,
got a
Ma.
nice ring to it, Josh.
Yeah, man. I'd
It
appreciate
feels like you're trying to sort of piggyback on my special to promote yourself.
How about calling it Greg Warren Presents Led Zeppelin 4?
That's good.
I've been piggybacking off of you for quite a while, Greg. Why not?
I saw Greg recently.
You know,
live and in
Tom, when it
person.
comes
was great.
down to making out, put inside 2 of Led Zeppelin.
Oh, that's right. Oh, thank you very much.
Well, that's the wrong album they're referring to.
Yeah, I know.
Cashmere's not on that album.
Thank you very much. Greg Warren's a very fine stand-up
This
comedian.
boring moment brought to you by Tom.
I'm trying to plug your future show, Greg, but
I
I
already did.
Can't squeeze it in. Okay.
Said everything you
maybe-
Champ,
everything
May
is
16th.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now, Greg likes to do the so-called deep dive, if you will, into a variety of topics. And today, I'm sure we have some kind of a surprise. What are you looking into?
Looking into Pez candy.
Oh.
Tom.
I just bought like a 16-pack online.
You know,
Did
you
you
can keep
really?
it. You can keep it. I'm not.
Oh,
not
yeah,
interested.
you don't care for the Pez candy.
I'm with you.
I'm with
good,
you,
not
too.
good. Yeah.
Nobody
I like
likes
the
them,
whole
do
thing
they?
behind it, but
Oh, but the dispensers are great.
You bought
Exactly.
16?
It's not so much about the candy, Josh.
yeah,
It's,
but why not make the candy? Quality?
You know, they have different flavored candies, I believe, including chocolate, I think.
What?
I wasn't
Yeah.
aware of the chocolate, and I spent a lot of time looking at it.
You made that right up.
We'll get our fact checker on that. I just bought a bunch of. One of my little girls loves the Pez thing, so I went online and I found you can buy. I mean, there are so many of them. Greg's going to enlighten us.
I have a girlfriend
It's
that
a
has
little
whole
misleading,
household.
though, for these kids, don't you think? I mean, I have a friend, John Drexler. He's got a very big head, and
Does it
when
go
little
back
kids
it goes back like a Pez dispenser?
yeah, my nephews think that it's going to cock back and have candy spit out his neck because he's got such a big head.
Wow.
But
we lunched with him in Columbia, Missouri once.
that was another one of my friends.
No,
with
it
a
was
big
John
head.
Drexler. I'll never forget old Drexy.
Once again, we're fact free today.
Hey, did anybody else hear Christie's sad tale that one of her friends
It's not sad. She's got the most
home
amazing
is
Pez,
full of Pez dispensers?
Pez collections
they're
ever.
fun.
You know her.
They're
Nora.
cool. They're fun.
They're very cool.
I remember when I was
Lines the
when I
whole
was a
wall
kid,
or
it was
hallway.
it was so all of a sudden I've got a Pez. Oh my God, it was so special.
Where'd you get that?
It was fun.
Well, great teacher.
The name Pez comes from the German spelling of peppermint, which is Pfefferminz. They took the P at the beginning, the E in the middle, and the Z at the end.
Huh.
1927, Edward Haas III. His family was in the baking business.
Wasn't there a movie where they said he chopped off his head like a Pez dispenser?
Oh my!
I'm not familiar.
Oh, maybe
with
that was OJ. Sorry. Back to you, Greg.
Oh my gosh.
You know, as my father would say, damn good and well that it was OJ. Yeah.
Peppermint flavored products were usually made boiling ingredients, which wasted a lot of peppermint flavoring because it evaporated during the heating process. And peppermint was very expensive back then. So Haas and his people developed a tablet manufacturing process that's cold. There are thousands of pounds of force on those little peppermint bricks to make. It's like diamonds, guys.
Wow.
To make these things. Yeah. Haas was a guy that was against smoking, and that's why Pez were created. Originally, was an anti-smoking mint, even back in the 20s.
Like an early Nicorette.
It was an early Nicorette,
but without the nicotine. It was just about having the
just
oral,
having in your mouth.
the oral pleasure.
And the originally the packaging did not have the heads on the top of it. It was just a square dispenser meant to look like a lighter, a cigarette lighter.
No kidding.
Yeah, and the way they did, how they kind of pop out of there, that was sort of for sanitary purposes. They didn't want somebody with dirty hands when you're sharing a mint with them. You can use one hand when you're driving or something like that, or if you have dirty hands, you can just sort of shoot that mint right into your mouth.
Very smart.
That's the same reason a friend of mine used to open his cigarettes from the bottom.
Oh, God, here we go.
Oh, yeah?
He didn't want to get certain juices on the filter.
Juices.
Well, you might as well say, you said it earlier.
Yeah.
Greg, if you knew the full details of that story, you would simply hang up.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
It's an erroneous
I can take a
story.
pretty good
It doesn't
guess,
make any
Josh. I've been on
sense.
this show quite a few times.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere good.
That's actually fascinating. that they had the forethought to have it so that you wouldn't be touching.
Yeah.
Look, for example, if like Christy comes over here, sometimes she goes, "Do you have one of those toothpick things that I have? What are those called?"
Floss sticks.
Floss sticks. Yeah, and I was sure, but I'm not going to put my hands on it and then hand it to her.
Right.
I do that flick like with a cigarette pack.
I can talk to the Haas family, see if they can design something for you guys on that.
You have an
Can you get your own Pez dispenser?
That's got to be something that can happen.
Christy, you can't. It's they only do a few real people. It's mostly cartoons and stuff like that. There's a few real people, and it's hard. It's very hard. They deny requests all the time.
Oh, they're missing
wouldn't
a
that
market,
be great
man.
instead of bobblehead night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pez night.
Pez night.
You do Pez
Yeah.
night. You can get Christy
Paul
Lee.
Revere, Kiss, which I mean,
Of course.
they're like cartoons anyways. Kiss is
Yeah,
Daniel Boone, who was a larger than life. Betsy Ross. Betsy Ross got her own.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, I wouldn't be able to pick Betsy Ross out of a lineup.
No,
unless she had the sewing equipment with her, I wouldn't be able to.
I wouldn't know, but she had to be making a flag, right?
Yeah, if there was some sort of sewing equipment, I'd be like, oh, that's Betsy Ross. But without the sewing equipment, I'd be like, I think that's that old lady that owns Tweety Bird.
By the way, Greg, you can get the 4-piece Kiss Pez dispensers between $60 and $40 online right now. And they
Josh, was he just Googling stuff?
Yeah,
while I was
yeah.
doing this report?
Yeah, he's not paying attention to
No,
you.
I just wanted you to know that they're still out there, Christy. This is the perfect thing we can get for Ace. We should explain. Ace broke his leg, and he's laid up right now.
I texted him. Yeah.
We need to maybe do something to cheer him up. I think Pez dispensers.
Oh, that would be a good thing for him. Yeah, that
He
would.
probably owns them, sadly.
There is a chance he does have them.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Yeah.
find out.
So they brought the Pez dispensers, well, Pez, the candy, over to the U.S. in 1953 as a smoking cessation product. This was in the 20s, I'm sorry. And, of course, Americans in the 20s. It was the 50s. Sorry, guys, I'm all over the place.
No, it's okay.
In the 50s. Of course, in the 50s, the Americans were like, you can keep your smoking abatement product. We go put it on the shelf over there with the sunblock and the
The helmets,
seat belts, and the drunk driving pamphlets.
Yeah. Our doctors smoke, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Why would we stop?
Tough it out.
So that's when Haas decided to sort of refocus on children. And
the cigarette companies did the same thing.
Hi, Joe Camel. Isn't he fun?
Candy cigarettes.
Talk to Fred Flintstone. He smokes Winston's.
Because Winston tastes good,
right,
like
Bar.
a cigarette should.
Hey, Fred, I opened my pack from the bottom.
That's because you don't want to get
I tell you what, Betty's got a stench.
those juices on you.
Didn't think you'd be here and Betty's got a stench, did you?
No.
What about her flaps? Tom?
They'd be a stinking.
Yeah, there you go.
Right,
Not to mention itching.
Anywho,
Yeah. So they focus on the kids, and the original Pez dispensers, were like full bodied. They didn't just have the head. I think Santa Claus was one of the first ones.
like it had arms and legs?
Yeah,
Weird.
Yeah, it was, a little bit weird looking. The first box head that we know was a witch in 1957 around Halloween. And then then they hit it big with Popeye right after that.
Yeah, it's a good licensing play.
Hey, but by the way, if you're just joining us here in the Bob and Tom Show, we are coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Our special guest is Greg Warren. Today we are reviewing the history of the Pez dispenser. This is very exciting. Tell me more, Greg.
Tom, what do you think the tallest Pez dispenser is?
Tallest?
Is it animal
tallest.
related or is it related?
Oh.
Is it like a
It
basketball
makes
player?
sense once you hear it.
I'm going to say Lincoln.
I'm going to say giraffe.
Yeah.
You guys are close. Marge Simpson.
Okay. All right.
Because of the hair.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. 5 1/8 inch. It's a bigger one. The Pez, they make the candy in Orange, Connecticut. That's the only place where they make the candy. They make the dispensers, I think, in China and Slovenia. But the only place they make the candy is in Orange, and you can go visit the Pez Visitor Center in Orange, Connecticut.
Really?
TripAdvisor. I took a look at this, guys. I try to do some, deep dives. It says it's the number one thing to do in Orange, Connecticut.
Number one.
The Pez Visitor Center. Number 7 is the local Target store.
Okay.
Boy, Target's only 7.
That beat out Montana Knights axe throwing, which is down at 13. So.
Well, to be fair though, you could throw an axe in Target. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can.
Greg,
What are you talking about, chick? It's not Walmart. You can't throw axes in there.
Well, maybe not.
Do you like the Pez candy, Greg?
I'm with these guys. I take it or leave it. I'm not as negative as they are.
I'm not going to slap it out of somebody's hands.
Are there multiple flavors now?
Yes.
There were.
Yes.
It seemed like when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Your grapes.
Yeah, they switched over to the fruit flavors as well. I don't know. Back in the day when they were the smoking cessation product, their big advertisement is they had a lot of like racy pinup girls on posters.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you ever like, I'm a dog, I'm dating the Pez girl.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't mean somebody with a big head that had candy shooting out of her neck. No, it was hot.
She was hot.
There was nothing shooting out of her neck.
If you call her big head candy, she's going to be very popular.
Hey, big boy, suck on this.
They've got to open up the personalized Pez like they do the bobbleheads, only a Pez.
Exactly.
There's
There
even
must be an
money,
issue.
money on the table.
They don't do it, chick.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the Kardashians wanted it, and they said no.
Well, if they can't get it done.
But I would
Prince William and Kate Middleton have it. One. Elvis, Marilyn Monroe. But again, they're almost like
Icons. Yeah.
Yeah, they're icons, man. You can't just get it. I mean, I don't know. I see what you're angling for here, chick. It's not going to happen.
But I would think maybe instead of bobblehead night, if you could do Pez night, I wonder if it would be a problem. They'd be concerned about someone choking on the candy and getting sued.
Well, they did have a Mr. Potato Head Pez dispenser that had little face pieces, and they got rid of that quick because the plastic pieces were a choking hazard.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, look, if you're a child and can't play with a Pez without choking on a piece, maybe.
Well,
maybe
that's just God's way of sorting it out.
Yeah,
Is
that's right.
They
don't stick it in your mouth, there, Claude. Come on. This kid's named Claude in my scenario.
I see.
Now the Kardashian Pez that they proposed, did it have a big head or just a big ass?
That is
I
a
see
fair
where you're
question.
going there.
Hey, why haven't they done that with the behind? Why don't they bend it over and it's a butt sticking up in the air and the
I don't
Pez
know.
comes
Joe.
out?
They did add feet at one point. So
Oh,
you could
yeah, I
stand 'em
remember
up.
this. Yeah, you could stand them up, yeah.
If you don't have feet, that's a good chance it's a valuable one because it's old.
Wow.
Yeah. Have you guys heard about this? There's a documentary on Netflix. I didn't have a chance to watch it about the Pez outlaw.
No. Why was it outlawed?
Apparently, this guy, Steve Glue, Glew, was smuggling rare Eastern European Pez dispensers into the U.S.
Oh, outlaw
and made
like
about
bandits.
$4 million.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
And Pez did not like it at all, especially the guy that runs Pez over there, Scott McWhinney. Josh, what do they call him?
I'm going to say the poo.
Nope.
Oh,
the Prez, the Pez Prez.
Try it again, Jess.
I have nothing. The
They
champ.
call him the President.
The
Right there.
Mr. President. And once you're the president, you're always referred to as Mr. President, right?
I think so, yeah.
And you get Secret Service.
You get a Secret Service detail, but it's just it's just those candy things.
Yeah.
Does he have to wear? Does he have to wear a fez? I love the fez.
But the Pheasant does.
The Pheasant? Okay.
He's constantly
President
quoted and says.
I think that's and he rides around in a very small car.
Well, thank you, Greg. This was fascinating. I'm a big Pez fan, and I think we perhaps to celebrate your new TV show when it comes out, we should maybe pass around some Pez here. And
I'd like that. I'd like that a lot.
we'll get
I'm
some
going
for
to try to come see you.
Are you going to come see us when it comes out so we can?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll certainly look forward to that. Greg Warren is a wonderful stand-up comedian and a nice person too, an Ice-T fan. And are you doing connections from the New York Times every day?
Man, it's so funny. I had a horrible, delayed flight yesterday, and I got done with most of the crosswords I want to do, and I tried connections for the first time in a while. It's a difficult game.
So you had a delayed flight and then you missed your connections?
No.
I mean, it was right there.
Yeah,
Nope.
it was right there. I think we all passed on it.
No, thank you.
I'm the only one that thought of it.
I'm asking because Chick and I were struggling with their use of the word boogeyman spelled Bogey. Then we were.
I think I played that same one, and I got it. I did get it.
I got it, and I thought they were wrong. Josh has pointed out apparently the original
English.
boogeyman was spelled with one O.
Yes, yeah, for sure, and still is. Every
Man,
day.
I was thinking the same way. That was a very, very difficult connections.
And we have a boogeyman in the news. Do you have any gigs you want to plug coming up? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask, Greg.
Nah, I'm going to Europe with Nate.
Nate Bargatze?
Leaving on Friday. We're going to Europe for 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Like
Yeah, we're
Epcot
playing-
or actual Europe?
Oslo and
there are people who like Epcot's Europe better than the real Europe.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can get it
yeah.
done quickly.
The xenophobes.
And you save a lot. You save a lot of money going down to Epcot, probably.
Oh, hell
Well,
yeah.
thanks, Greg. It's always appreciated. Very funny. Right now,
Thanks,
I want to remind you
Bye.
that we had a lot of fun thanks to our friends at Field of Dreams Whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Just around the corner, of course, down the road a piece. It's Father's Day, but you want to act now while these are still available. The Field of Dreams, folks, that special edition bourbon is now available.
Well, that Drew Storen is boring, isn't it?
Such a nice guy. The bourbon is crafted from corn from the most famous cornfield in the world, the Field of Dreams field in Iowa. And this is crafted with precision, as they say. And find out more information by going to drinkfieldofdreams.com/Tom or look forward to a retailer near you. It can be mailed to certain states, not all of them. But each bottle, there's made one for each man that's ever played Major League Baseball. So find out what I'm talking about. But it's a really cool gift, I think. So if you're thinking about Father's Day a little early, it might be something to grab now for your dad. Shipping not available. Here's a quick roster of states where you can't have it mailed to you. Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Delaware, Idaho, Kentucky. I've been everywhere, man. Michigan, Mississippi, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, and Vermont. Of course, you've got to be 21 or over. Please drink responsibly. Field of Dreams Whiskey. Once again, get all the information at drinkfieldofdreams.com/Tom. Get them while they're still available. Now, coming up, we do have the boogeyman in the news.
Yeah.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
No Contest Wrestling, where O'Shea Jackson Jr. and TJ Jefferson bring their hot takes with the biggest names in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, Braun Breaker. Welcome to the Rock. My aspirations in life, I always wanted to be a WWE superstar. The Prodigy, Roxanne Perez. I got to talk about the Hugger cosplay.
I mean, it was perfect, wasn't it? You know?
LA Knight.
What am I doing here? At this point, I can retire. See you, everybody.
The No Contest Wrestling Podcast, part of the Rich Eisen Podcast Network. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Free.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. That's me scratching.
Yeah.
Wiki.
While you're scratching, your dust flaps be itchy?
Wiki.
Man.
All right.
Welcome back to the
need a new
show.
one. Something else
here's
this
Tom.
week.
What are you laughing at?
Why are you laughing?
Go, buddy, go.
Hello. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom program. Just dealing with some stuff here.
Yeah. He's dealing with some stuff, John.
I've got... Yeah, it's too boring to explain.
He's complicated. You know that.
Life's complicated.
No.
Of course it is.
Now, we have a story from Christy Lee about the boogeyman.
The myth of the boogeyman hiding under the bed came true for one Kansas family this week.
I mean, this is terrible.
After a child's complaint led to a man's arrest.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Yeah. A babysitter said a child that she was watching complained that there was a monster hiding under her bed.
Ugh.
The babysitter found a man hiding under the child's bed after they attempted to show the children there was nothing under there.
What is that guy doing?
She came face to face with a male suspect who was hiding, according to the sheriff's office.
Horrifying.
Deputies arrived at the home just outside the city of Great Bend at 10:30 p.m. Monday after they were called about the disturbance. This was last Monday. After the deputies arrived, the babysitter told deputies that when the man was discovered, there was an altercation. The child was knocked over during the scuffle, and the suspect fled.
Ugh.
Police were able to arrest the man the next day in the same neighborhood, and he's being held on a $500,000 bond.
Good.
God.
Think those kids will be terrified for the rest of their life?
That's tough now.
I mean, when I was a latchkey kid, so every time we would get off the bus and come in the house, we would get the butcher knife and we would check behind all the curtains, behind all the shower curtains, under the beds, make sure nobody was in the house. Terrified.
Every day?
Every day.
But I mean, think about these kids.
That's when she got home, Tom.
Because you're worried about the monster in the closet, whatever.
Yeah.
This legitimately happened.
Yeah.
Right.
There's some lunatic under the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as the babysitter? That's
Yeah,
terrifying,
exactly. I mean, this is
too.
Halloween.
Yeah.
The movie.
What the hell?
Yeah.
$500,000 bond, not enough.
No.
What a creepazoid.
Hello. Time to get the key and throw it away.
I'll say.
And by the way, what also we determined from this story is that the boogeyman apparently is B-O-G-E-Y, not B-O-O.
It's spelled with two O's here.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's one. It's B-O-G-E-Y. You're right. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you know who it probably was? The bogeyman. That's who it was. Yeah.
What is the correct spelling of in golf a bogey? Is that an I-E or an E-Y?
I think it's an
B-O-G-E-Y.
I thought it, well, maybe it is E. I don't know. I don't.
Okay, anyway.
Pay attention to golf.
And it is the boogeyman. I was always not the bogeyman.
But they kind of said bogey in like Ireland and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they call him the boogeyman because he goes boogie, boogie, boogie? Or
I don't know.
he picks his nose? Or
Yeah, why is it
Yeah.
We'll have to do a deep dive. I don't know.
Is there a horror film called The Boogeyman?
A couple of them,
There.
yes. There's
a
one
couple-
that's based on a Stephen King short story, and then there's another one about a different boogeyman.
I believe there's a disco song, is there not?
Oh, that is
I'm your
legitimately my favorite disco song.
I'm your boogeyman.
KC and the Boys.
That's what I
And then
That's
Rob
it.
Zombie does a cover of it,
Really?
which makes sense, yeah.
And then is there Boogie Fever?
There is
Yes.
Boogie Fever.
There
by
is
the
boogie.
Silvers.
And you can
Very
ride
nice.
the boogie, Michael Jackson.
Oh,
With a
that's
Y.
true.
Boogie
The boogie's
fever.
everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't there a boogie children's joke of some sort?
Yeah.
How do you get a Kleenex to dance?
Put a little boogie in it.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. I knew there was there.
You ever have a boogie garden, Tom?
What's that?
That's where you lay in bed and pick your nose and you put it on the wall.
Oh, my God. Chick, that's gross.
What? Oh, I can't be the only one who has a boogie garden.
You are.
Oh my!
Are you the
No.
one that goes into the men's restroom and just flips them on the wall?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I always,
Yeah.
I did. I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
did assume it was you, Chick.
Yeah, I knew it was him too.
Yeah.
I
knew
assumed it was
him.
Josh.
No, you.
I
you
would
knew-
never.
It's
No.
not me.
It
I
is
don't
you.
do it.
It is you.
Oh,
Well,
I just thought we
I
got a real
can't see
confession.
No.
I can't see
I'm-
Chick doing that.
I'm going to start doing it.
Please
I
don't.
can tell you that.
Who does it?
But I don't know
Because
because
only adults are in here.
And
Yes.
by the way,
Well,
Barely.
alleged adults.
yeah,
by
maybe
the
by
way,
age.
if some of you would like to give me your boogies, I will put them on the wall in the men's room.
I don't
Come
like
on.
any of this.
Nothing.
You don't like boogers?
No.
And it's in a specific spot in the men's room.
Did you have eat boogers in school?
No, I didn't.
Could we move on?
No, I saw it, but I did not do it.
Did you ever see anybody eat boogers, Tom?
Oh, yeah. I don't want to say. I know the guy's name. He's a distinguished college professor.
Is there anyone who went to school with you who
isn't distinguished?
Doesn't?
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
really
Oh, there's a couple dead losers. I mean, it's,
Dead losers. My God!
If you were
what-
traumatized by the boogeyman and have trouble sleeping, sleep experts may have the answer for you.
Oh, really?
If you're looking to get a better night's sleep, they suggest wearing socks to bed.
I don't buy this.
Michelle Drepup.
This absolutely
Director.
The
works.
guy who wears socks in the lake doesn't get in. You don't buy this.
I wear socks to bed every night.
Here's the thing. This is very primal. I don't know what your story says, but if your feet are warm, that sends a message to your brain that you're safe and you can go to sleep. That's
Dr.
why
Michelle
it does it.
See,
Drepup.
Jess hit the nail on the head. I've always worn socks to bed because that way, if the boogeyman reaches up to get you, he pulls the sock away. The same reason I always would, when I was in Harbor Springs skiing on Little Traverse Bay, water skiing, I would always wear socks. So when the gill man came up from the bottom, he would grab my foot. All he'd get was sock, and I'd be able to swim
But that
back
is
to the
flawed,
boat.
flawed thinking.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried peeling off a wet sock? Nearly impossible.
Did I mention
Have
that
you
I
ever
was-
grabbed a wet foot? Very slippery.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
So you would have been better off not wearing socks.
I was 7 at the time.
Well, I would have expected a 7-year-old Tom Griswold to be a little.
Anybody
no,
else have?
I was an idiot.
Anybody else have a sock full of boogers at home? Anybody?
I don't know why you're so gross.
What's up with the boogers?
You know, I'm just going to go out
Real
to my
gross.
car.
Keep so you're supposed
Is
to wear
it what
socks.
I said? That'd be
Do
great.
you leave them on or do you take them off?
Well, if you were going to sleep with your socks on, you'd
have
have
to
to
You'd
leave them
probably
on.
leave them on,
What a
Tom.
great
unless
question.
you find-
Boy,
Yeah.
you weren't just a dumb 7-year-old.
Because if I go to bed with a shirt
What are
on,
you you're stupid. is what
if I
your
go to bed with
problem
a
is.
shirt on, I end up taking it off in the middle of the night on my first trip.
Always. Yes.
Oh yeah.
On my first trip to the urinal.
And do you go like you elbow her and go, honey, it's
Yeah.
the gun show.
Shirts
I
off.
know it's 3 a.m.
On
Let's
your
do
first
this.
trip, how many do you make?
These nipples aren't going to alligator clip themselves.
Do you do something like?
Wait a minute, you can use
So-
alligator clips?
That's what they're called, yeah.
Do you look at her and go?
I've been using those wooden laundry things.
Clothespins?
Those clothespins.
You-
The kind with the pincher on them, not the ones that just are straight.
He wakes her up at 3 a.m. and goes, "Baby, thirsty."
By wearing socks to bed and warming your feet, you may actually lower your core body temperature and fall asleep faster.
Now, I had heard that this was germy, Christy. Is there anything in there about that?
No, doesn't say anything about germs.
Like it was like bacterial growth and such.
What?
Oh.
If you wear socks all night, there's a chance
Sweaty.
that your feet can't breathe, sweat, fungus. You have fungusy feet.
No, I don't.
There's a fungus
I
among
wear.
us.
I'm going to have to put one in my mouth to see.
No, I'm really grossed out.
Okay.
God, please choke
well,
me
thank
with
you
your
very
foot.
much. If you were just joining us, stick around because we're going to come right
Doesn't
back.
the term Gill man, doesn't that sound a little Jewish? Like Sid Gilman. He
No,
was
is
a
the
famous coach.
Well, that was the famous producer for
All right. Gilman? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Regis and Kathy Lee.
Regis and
Yeah.
Kathy Lee. That always go,
No,
Gilman.
It's
That
Gelman.
was
But
Gelman.
We have to
It's
go. I need to
Gelman.
gargle on Christy's toes.
That's it, just socks? No other.
I wear pajamas and socks.
Oh, okay.
You could do the old 3-sock gag, Pat.
Oh, there
3
you go.
socks.
Yeah.
One sock on my.
It rhymes?
Yeah, that one might be those low risers you wear in the summer.
Tube. Big old tube socks.
You know, what's the deal with your entire wardrobe? I got a big problem.
Yeah, roll
You
it
look
down,
good, Pat.
roll it up to where you can see the stripes. They're my soccer.
They're all
What do you call the
donated.
baseball stirrups? Those.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're stirrups.
Stirrups.
You know,
Stirrups.
there has to be a story about that somewhere in the Major League
You
Baseball.
wear boxers or briefs, Pat?
I'm with boxers now.
Just boxer briefs or boxers?
I wear a bamboo kind of hot boxers. They're tight to the crotch.
Hot boxers?
Yeah, you can see
What's that
my
mean?
bulge.
Oh, my God.
Bamboo? What are you going to get eaten by some marsupial?
You're going
By a
to
panda
bang a koala?
All right, whatever you're going to do, we're coming right back. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
On this show.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Jess Hooker's here.
Hi.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hello, Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
You're welcome, sir.
Time to check in with our satellite feed. On the big screen, we have, there he is. I can see him from here.
morning.
He leans into the screen. It's comedian Reno Collier joining us this morning. Reno, before we get to whatever you might have prepared, it's time to catch you off guard and throw something at you. We were reading, people were sending in phrases that their parents may have said to them, may have heard their mom or dad say. Christy had a couple really good ones, very colorful.
Yeah. I was full as a tick, my dad used to say after dinner all the time.
Yeah, the one I liked was his dad would always say, they were at a restaurant, he'd end up eating half their food, and he goes, "It's not like I can still fit in my prom dress." So yeah. I like that. Did you have any? Because you grew up in kind of a colorful household.
I remember my grandfather used to say, "You can lose everything, but don't lose your mind."
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. My mom used to say, "Shut up, dumbass."
Yep.
I think that pretty much sums it up. She's going to kill me, man.
Well, you should have shut up, dumbass.
Got a letter here from Katie. She writes, "My dad always would say, it's hotter than the hubs of hell."
Oh, man.
There are wheels in hell.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I didn't either. And then it's cold enough to freeze the nipples off a dead witch. That's a variation.
That's really cool.
That's sort of a cleansed version.
Witches and a tin bra. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My mom would say, "I will beat you like a redheaded stepchild."
Oh, yeah.
I heard that one.
Yeah.
that
That one happened a lot.
Yeah.
This is from Tanya writes, "My mom would get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror and say, 'God, I look like the running gears of hell.'" I have never heard that one before.
That Hell's Half Acre was one my family used to always say.
Yeah.
I run around like Hell's Half Acre. What is a half acre in hell anyway?
Oh, it's still hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's
Christy never stops being the realtor. Patrick writes, "My dad would always say, 'Why don't you go take a long walk off a short dock?'"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
"Why don't you go play on the dotted line?" What does that mean?
In the street. The street.
The street.
Oh,
Yeah.
People can cross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Very good. Very good.
Yes.
If you've got any good ones, send them to us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. What is the latest in your life, Reno Collier?
Everything's good, man, except for last night we were in the bathroom, alarms, tornadoes, and all that crap going off.
Oh, sure. Everything okay?
I think so. I haven't been outside yet. I thought I'd do this first and then go look to see if my chair is 3 streets down. But
Yeah.
we didn't get a tornado. We just had winds and stuff. It wasn't that bad. But I'm getting ready to. Oh, go ahead.
No. You're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah, that's
safest
the
place in the
center
house
of
where
the
it's
Center
supposed
of
to
the
go.
house.
yeah,
He doesn't have a
center.
basement.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Makes sense.
There's
No
too much
windows.
clay.
Do you have a glass door in the bathroom?
Not that connects to the outside.
Okay. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool. Your neighbors would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Reno and his wife are showering. Get the porn music.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So what were you going to say?
Oh, no. And then I'm getting ready to go on the road the 18th. I'll be with Larry the Cable Guy in Grant, Oklahoma, then Lake Charles, Louisiana, then Spartansburg, South Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, and Bristol, Tennessee.
All with Larry?
Yeah.
All right.
That'll be great.
Yeah, man. It's going to be fun, dude.
And now is he going to? Does he beat you in golf every time?
You know, I used to beat him like a drum, but the thing that sucks with rich people is his golf coaches that help him are like PGA players.
Oh.
And I go to Dwayne at Cedar Crest, you know? So it's like he's got some guy Hank Haney that helped Tiger Woods, you know, and my guy's spitting dip spit on my balls. So it's like
your golf
it's
balls,
just a
let's
different
be clear.
My golf balls, yeah. I mean, we don't party like that in Murfreesboro, you know what I'm saying? But it's
Alan Jackson wouldn't allow that.
That's right. Yeah. I love you, John. Only 5 people got that.
We both
I
love
love
Alan Jackson.
Oh yeah, but they think we're talking about the singers,
Right.
Yeah, yeah, he does. He beats me now, and I used to beat him like a drum. So I am. I'll tell you this and nobody else, but I'm really working on my swing. And trying to get back up because I cannot have him beat me in everything in life. It'd be nice if I could beat him in something.
Yeah, maybe someday
maybe
something great will happen, and one day he'll open for you at a stadium.
You know, I used to dream about that, and I'm afraid at this point, by looking at my balding head in this, that I may have run out of time.
You think so? I don't think so.
For me to sell out a stadium?
Sure.
Yeah, unless I get one of those Disney operations where I can rifle a football 5,000 miles an hour. I don't think I'm there.
Okay, what are you?
My career peaked 10 years ago. I'm cool with it. I'm having fun.
I can tell. You never mention it. Yeah.
Now,
You know what I mean?
maybe I can use one of these old phrases on you here.
Go ahead. What you got?
Got this nice letter from Billy Jr. He's kind enough to write. He goes, my father would always say, it's better to be seen than viewed. Implying that you're being viewed at a funeral rather than being seen.
Right,
So, Reno, it's better to see you than have to be viewing you.
I love that. Thank you, buddy.
So it's nice to see you.
Did you ever
It's
hear
nice
the-
to see.
When is the viewing, by the way?
About 6 months.
Okay, just that.
Another one in our family was, you're going to hell in a handbasket.
I heard that one too.
Yeah.
I like this one. This is also from Pat, from Billy. If I had a 50-50 chance, I'd be wrong 75% of the time.
Yes.
Is that
proving his own point?
Yeah, it's a math joke. Okay. Reno, what do you got for us?
So I got a little country fried take this morning. Excuse me. So a tip is a sum of money given to someone as a reward for their services. Now, if I walk up to a counter, say what sandwich I want, someone just puts it on a tray, then I carry it all myself to the drink machine, fill up my drink, carry it to the table, eat it, and then clean up all my trash and chuck it in the receptacle. And you had the nerve, before I even got my food, to look at me and say, you can tap the gratuity button for 15, 20, or 25%. It's up to you. You have really put me in a tough spot. Now, other than throwing some stuff on bread, I'm actually doing all the work. You should reward me. You're wearing the hat and the name tag. There's a sign out in front with posters in the window. This is a publicly traded company. There are a lot of other people involved in this transaction, Brad. The only hang up is that the one thing you do is handle my food. And let me guess. Brad probably isn't all that pumped to be there today. He's got a bong and a PlayStation at his house, and every morning before coming into work, he has to decide which one of those he loves the most. And my money is on him staying home pulling tubes and playing Mortal Kombat. So the rush of thoughts at this time in my head are, is it worth $2 for him not to add those nose nuggets to my turkey, or to stand on my principles? And Brad acts like he doesn't look to see if I tipped, but he looks. They always look. You can tell by the look on his face, like, I'm about to stretch one piece of paper-thin turkey across this 12-inch bun and put enough mayo on it to change your cholesterol medicine. Then he says something like, sorry, brah, the toaster's busted, so I put it in the microwave. Oh, great. That's fantastic. There's nothing better than piping hot mayonnaise and lettuce on a wet bun. It's like eating out of the dishwasher. And if you just thank them without a tip, you get that half-cocked smile and a look on Brad's face like, it's all good. I'm just going to stare at you until you take that first bite into it. Nobody survives the floor cheese. So now you spend the rest of the day waiting for your stomach to blow out. I typically spend the afternoon driving around thinking about Brad. Oh, Brad wouldn't do anything weird like floor cheese. I mean, come on. It's Brad. Sure, he made some questionable decisions. He had that stretched out earlobe whole skin laying across his shoulder and bite me tattooed on his neck. But who of us haven't made mistakes? Then suddenly you hear your stomach. Blah, 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 blah. You start to sweat, but you're cold at the same time. Damn it, Brad. Now I've got amoebic dysentery and some kind of mesothelioma. My point is, it ruins not just lunch, but the whole day. Dirty people make great coffee, but not great sandwiches. Now, on the other hand, if you take my order, you're pleasant, you bring the food to the table, you fill the drinks and clean the table, it's reward time. Your pay depends on me, and you deserve to be rewarded. And the reward is handled after the job is completely done. Tipping before the service is completed defeats the entire concept. You ever pay a kid before he cuts your grass? Of course not, unless you're a grandma. And guess what, Brad? I ain't your damn grandma. We cannot survive in a society if people think they are owed rewards for doing things they're supposed to do. It's turned into a game of guilt and suckers, and I don't want to play anymore. Brad, you suck. I'm Reno Collier, and that's my countryside take.
Wow.
Someone's going to be
not
getting.
Brad.
Someone's getting floor cheese.
I've had it with Brad, and I'm not going back.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Reno. We'll look forward to seeing you out on the road with Larry the Cable Guy. Thanks, Reno.
Love you guys. Have a great week, everybody.
You too, Reno.
I got yelled at the self-checkout yesterday.
By a worker?
Yeah.
What happened?
I had the basket.
Yeah.
You know, the green basket with the handles. Yeah. And I got up there and I put my stuff and I put the basket on the floor underneath the shelf there. Don't put those on the floor. Where am I supposed to put it?
Where are you supposed to put it?
Well, there's a little ledge there on the checkout machine.
Yeah, that's where the basket goes.
But at the same time, what was the big deal?
Yeah,
were you done with the basket?
Yeah.
Oh.
You put you empty the basket onto that one shelf, and you go the beep beep, and you put it in the other shelf, and then I put the basket underneath it on the floor, and I got yelled at. There should be a sign that said, "Don't put the baskets on the floor."
I don't know where you're supposed to put it.
And then, well, I guess up my ass. I don't know. There's nowhere else to put it. I put it on the floor. Never mind. Sorry. That's probably the worst job in the world anyway, standing there watching people self-checkout, and you're looking for something to do. For God's sake. Mine didn't beep.
A banana.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Right now, the Bob and Tom Show, sponsored by BetterHelp. Let's talk some numbers here, ladies and gentlemen. The fee for therapy can be pretty steep, up to maybe like $100, $250 for your 50-minute session, 50 minutes. But instead of letting that add up on you, why not think about checking out BetterHelp, where the therapy is done online? You'll be saving up to 50% per session. The way it works is you register for BetterHelp by going online, and the therapy itself is done online. There are more than 5 million people already taking advantage of the BetterHelp system. It's all about hooking up with a therapist and having the convenience of being able to do it wherever you are when you want to do it. Get all the details by going to BetterHelp.com/BTShow. The importance of therapy can't be overstated. Maybe even thinking about some stuff and you'd like to have a consultation with someone that can be very, very helpful. Your mental health is worth it. So find out what I'm talking about once again by visiting BetterHelp.com/BTShow. The /BT will knock 10% off your first month. Speaking of cash savings, it's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BTShow. And once you get hooked up with a therapist, by the way, you can switch therapists anytime, no additional fees. Once you get hooked up, you can do the therapy when you want to do it and where you want to do it at your convenience with your phone, your desktop, your iPad, whatever works for you. Once again, the details are at BetterHelp.com/BTShow. Coming up, we have, let's just say, birds in the trees with a very, very funny name, ladies and gentlemen. Great big. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Pat Godwin, Jess Hooker, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold. Hi. I'm Chick McGee at the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick McGee.
Hello, hello, hello.
You were talking about old phrases. Maybe your dad said. Got a couple. I don't even get this one.
Okay.
My dad would always say, with reference to an attractive woman, she's hotter than a 3-peckered billy goat in a church fire.
Church fire.
My
Wow.
goodness.
No, I got a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard of 2-headed billy goats. You seen it? Is it a 2-faced cow? Remember those?
Yeah, but a
Oh, so can occasionally-
3-peckered billy goat.
Yeah.
That's
You got to be pretty
quite a
horny if you have 3
compliment.
of them, yeah.
Oh, that's, I guess, extra horny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we just have to deal with the one, and we're horny.
Right now.
Horny.
But the church fire, what is that? Where does that come in?
That's where the hot comes
It's
in. You
also
get
hot, yeah.
Really, really hot.
Hey,
Yeah.
would that be hotter than a regular house fire?
Well, churches
Yeah.
typically, yeah.
Okay.
You got your holy rollers in there?
All the pews.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of wood.
Yeah.
I thought what we would do right now is a little bit
Crosses.
of today in history, because we keep doing it at the wrong time.
Yes, you do.
I thought we would
And
do it
today
right
is
now.
no exception.
Yeah.
Time now for Today in History. No more March 2025. Today's the last day. Tom, can you believe it?
Smell you later, March.
The first quarter's already over.
Taxes are due in a couple weeks.
Holy moly.
I may skip them this time.
Oh, yeah?
They've got enough of my money throughout the year.
You know, you don't have to pay them. They got you fooled. Unconstitutional.
That's damn right it is.
Yeah, what's going to happen to your ass is unconstitutional, too.
Well, they're gonna
Depending
do
on your
No,
state.
I'm already taken care of. I'm good.
put me in jail.
I do them.
You got them done already? Okay. Now, let's see, I'll ask you this, Josh, 'cause I think you'll get this answer.
I am smart.
You know how
you
It's a two-parter.
you know I could tell smart people when they say they're smart.
Right.
That's when I
It's a
could tell.
two-parter. Born in 1596, was it a man or a woman named Rene Descartes?
That is a man.
Oh, very good. With a girl name.
And there's a lot of there's an
And,
S in that last.
Famously stated,
I think, therefore I am.
I think, therefore I am. Often turned by teenage boys being forced to read that in high school. I stink, therefore I am, followed by a gaseous emission.
right.
Never not funny.
That
You know,
definitely
and that'd be
showed where
Rene
you went
Descartes.
to school.
Rene Descartes could not drive in a buggy.
Why not?
Well, that was putting the horse before Descartes.
It works.
I don't know how. It might. Okay.
There's a Deland joke in there.
There's also
Silly at best.
I'm saving it for a rainy Descartes. Something there too.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, there's absolutely something.
Born in 1685,
Mark down from 17.
Johann Sebastian Bach.
Ah,
He's
Bach.
good.
And I've seen him in
Skid
that.
Row, right?
Yeah, he looks great for being 400 years old.
Didn't he say yeah a lot?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, this is easy, Christy. Born in 1878, Jack Johnson, not the singer.
Oh, banana pancakes? What?
You know who Jack Johnson was?
Do I know who Jack? No, I don't.
He and his brother started baby shampoo.
Johnson & Johnson?
The original heavyweight champion of the world, Jack
Heavyweight, yeah.
Johnson.
Really?
And then he was more famous for the Jack Johnson grill.
I thought he had the Jack Johnson blender, the first blender.
Oh, is that what it was?
That was it could fill a room, I think. A lot of gears
That wasn't
and
easy.
belts.
Josh, here you go. Born in 1928, Gordie Howe.
Oh, that's easy.
Yes. The old hockey player. The Gordie Howe hat trick. Remember what that was, Christy?
Nope.
Oh yeah.
It's a goal, an assist, and a fight.
Yeah, yes.
And never lost one, apparently. Very, very good fighter.
Played into his 50s, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
He was
Sure seemed
legendary.
The great Christopher Walken, born in this date in 1943.
Okay. Who is it?
Christopher Walken.
Jess Hooker, give us your best Chris Walken.
Oh.
Or Christopher Walken.
Walking.
Yeah, who's Walken?
I don't.
Christopher
He has the
Walken.
closets, the walk-in closet.
Yeah, Tom really, he hits that L
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
Christopher Walken. Walken.
You say folks?
like
Lady, nice to see you, folks.
folks.
When I discuss Norfolk Virginia, I do. You got to hit that L big time.
Say Christopher Walken again.
Christopher Walken.
Walden's Woods or something.
I'm a Walken. Yes, indeed.
What if Christopher Walken had cereal for breakfast? What would he have? Who would be eating, and what would he be eating it out of?
A bowl.
A bowl.
This is American broadcast English.
Christopher Walken was eating out of a bowl.
Tremendous
With Marilyn
actor.
Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe.
And Mario Andretti.
Okay. Happy birthday to the great Angus Young, the guitarist.
Yes.
And they're touring this summer, right?
Bit of a misnomer these days, isn't it?
Angus old.
Yeah.
Angus B70 today. Still
Man.
tremendous.
Yes, I love AC.
And they are on tour. On this date, Christy, you like this, 1889, the Eiffel Tower opens up.
Oh, yeah. In Paris.
And
is it in Paris?
Yeah.
and it famously it could
Has no walls. How did they open it up?
I know. They never
It
finished
still
it.
ain't finished yet.
Still waiting for the
Right.
drywall.
Slap some drywall up there.
so much cigarette smoke they couldn't see it for the first couple of weeks.
Oh, there's something about white truce. What do they call the flag? Give up. We give up.
Jimi Hendrix in the state lit his guitar on fire for the first time in 1967.
Did he do that a lot?
I think a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Two that I know of are Monterey and somebody else.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
It was a stunt. People talked about
But he
it.
didn't pick it up and keep playing it. That'd be a trick.
Well, it was on fire.
Yeah, he did kind of slowly just light it on
Yeah.
fire. It wasn't.
Okay. Not that big of a deal. Okay. Thank you very much. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. We are coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios.
Welcome to the party.
And the Orange Insoles Sports Desk currently being manned by Chick McGee. And Christy Lee is over there at the Silac Insurance News Desk. Christy.
Authorities in Florida arrested a couple caught having sex on top of a grave at a historic cemetery.
So hot.
According to Village's News, a trooper with a canine stopped to give the dog a rest break near Wild Cow Prairie Cemetery when he noticed a car parked, but no one in the immediate area. Upon further investigation, troopers discovered a man and a woman at the rear of the cemetery engaged in sexual activity on top of unknown grave number 43.
Oh.
The 46-year-old woman, who was allegedly found with drugs in her purse, was arrested on drug charges, and her male companion was hospitalized for an unexplained leg injury.
What?
Yeah.
How odd. Maybe he fell off the tombstone. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's kind of hot. I mean,
Is it?
if you read like sex in a cemetery, it's two living people at least. It could have been, really awful.
Yeah, they didn't wake anybody up.
Yes, it could have.
Much worse.
I don't really. I'm not a flower person. I thought I just put some seed on the grave.
Oh, boy. I never did get to make love to her. I guess this will do. Whack, whack.
Have you ever done it in a graveyard?
I never have done it in a graveyard, no. No, I have no interest.
No.
That's how you get haunted.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't mess around.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, we got enough trouble. We don't need trouble from ghosts.
No.
You're in the middle of it. You hear a ghost go, get a tomb.
Get a tomb.
I've heard of laying the ghost, but this is ridiculous, huh?
No, wait, are you saying you get yelled at during regular sex?
No,
Get
no.
a room.
No, you're in a cemetery. The ghosts are screaming at you.
Get a tomb.
Grandma never liked flowers.
What about boo-foo in the grave?
Yeah, the ghosts are all saying
Boo-foo.
They
well,
call
honey, they're requesting it.
They do call it a boneyard. You ever done it in a graveyard, Christy?
No.
Oh,
No interest.
Is that
at
on your
all.
bucket list?
No, God, no.
You should call your bedroom the boneyard, John.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Welcome
good
to the
name for it.
boneyard.
Yeah.
If I got a neon sign made
said
for you
boneyard.
that said boneyard,
How would that go
would
over?
you put it up in your
I'd
bedroom?
have to take down the one that says the slaughterhouse.
Mouth closed,
Welcome to
pants
the
open.
slaughter.
Let's go.
Do you have any weird places you want to have sex?
Tom?
Tom?
Are you referring to locations?
Yeah, it's not a dating game situation.
No.
You know,
This is
they-
a newlywed game.
No,
Yeah.
Bob Eubanks said forever that never happened. It was an urban legend, and then they showed him
found
the
a
tape.
clip.
Now there's
Yeah.
footage.
Found a clip,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now there's the tape.
Olga.
She says it clear as day.
Sure she does.
In the
Did she also have it written?
No, she
No.
didn't.
Okay, she just says it?
says
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Did it air?
Yeah, it aired.
Yeah,
Did it air?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name was Olga.
The crowd goes
Yeah.
berserk.
If you
Yeah.
look it up, you can find it easily.
Yeah.
Wow. Christy, I'm sorry, back to you.
Scientists have determined that the love heterosexual men have for breasts is innate and not imposed by culture.
Yeah.
Researchers studied the Dani tribe of Western New Guinea, where it was the norm for women to go topless until 20 years ago.
Hi, Danny!
When tribal women began covering up.
This is my tribe!
It might be Dani. The interviewed Dani men who came of age when all women were topless, as well as those who grew up in a society where women covered up.
Don't you
and
think
discovered
all the guys in the tribe, when they were topless...
Isn't that what they call a collective memory? We all know that's where we get our first nourishment from, therefore we're attracted to them?
Yeah.
Both groups felt the same about breasts. The head researcher stated, "What we can say is breasts are sexy, naturally so. Men like breasts. That's what they discovered."
Yeah, who writes these proposals? Yeah, we're going to travel to a tribe in New Guinea. We're going to need $400,000. We're going to try to decide if men like boobs. Some guy goes, yeah, here's a check. Go ahead, go for it.
The two groups did not differ in terms of how frequently they touch their partner's breast during sexual intercourse or how sexually aroused they feel when they see naked female breasts.
Now, Josh, would you say that you touch your partner's breasts many times, few times, hardly at all?
And you've got a clipboard and you're wearing a tie asking me this.
Yeah.
Now, swat away the tsetse flies. What we'd like to know here now.
Flies on the people being asked the question.
The Dani tribe.
Because they're in the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
It was just 20 years ago they finally started wearing shirts. I wonder if they're wearing, you know, those Super Bowl shirts for the team that lost.
Oh yeah, Buffalo Bills, your champions.
Tsetse flies.
I
and
bet the National
Buffalo Bills
Geographic subscriptions went way down after 20 years.
Wouldn't it be funny if this is a good sight gag? It's like they're studying a tribe, and the tribe is reading National Geographic, and it's all pictures of guys in suits with briefcases.
And women in evening gowns.
Yes, yeah.
Look at how small this guy's neck is. What a freak. What a
gotta
freak.
make that.
His mouth doesn't jut out with two big plates in him.
Now
What's
that's
going
a
on
funny
here?
New Yorker cartoon. Yeah. They could do that.
They wouldn't.
No, it has humor in it.
Did you ever get a National Geographic and look in it for the topless?
Yeah, but never the boobs you wanted to see. They were really low hangers.
Well, and they were oddly shaped.
Yeah.
But
you still looked at them.
Yeah, I purposely looked at them.
Oh, sure, you still want to get a gander, but my gosh.
I'm sure there are guys that were born in the early 40s that are probably, they've got to be black and white. That's where they were imprinted.
Right.
Honey, would you mind putting on these beads? I know they're a little gaudy, and there's a grass skirt. Shake them. Okay.
Shake them.
I'll shake them.
Shake for me, girl.
Okay.
This is, what a weird, how did they get the money for
I
this
have
study?
no idea.
Then part 2, are men attracted to asses?
Yeah.
Well, we've covered boobs, Johnson.
Well, it turns out men in the Denali tribe like it touched. Did you know that?
Time now to feel safe and secure at your home, thanks to our friends at Simply Safe.
That's right. Peace of mind is what Simply Safe can give you. And we trust Simply Safe here at the Bob and Tom Studios. We've got cameras out in the hallway there, their security system. Keeping watch over the Bob and Tom Show. You know, traditional security systems only take action after someone's already broken in. That's too late. Simply Safe has Active Guard outdoor protection that can help prevent break-ins before they happen. AI-powered cameras backed by live professional monitoring agents monitor your property and detect suspicious activity. If someone's lurking around or acting suspiciously, agents see and talk to them in real time, activate spotlights, even contact the police all before they have a chance to get inside your home. No long-term contracts or cancellation fees at Simply Safe, and the monitoring plans start affordably at around $1 a day. And don't forget about the 60-day satisfaction guarantee or your money back. So visit simplysafetom.com to claim that unbelievable offer, 50% off a new system with professional monitoring plan and your first month free. 50% off in the first month free. That's simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
When we come back, Patty G, you got a little something for us?
Sure, I'd love to do
something new. Okay, good. We'll certainly look forward to that. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
Out show.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee and Josh Arnold, Pat Godwin, Jess Hooker. I'm Chick McGee. Hello, Tom. How are you, buddy? We have a Pat Godwin song here, what I heard.
That's the rumor. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I think we've had our fee of Chick McGee in the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk. We've had Christy Lee. We never did get that big story out about the birds, but we'll get to that maybe coming up tomorrow.
Okay.
Mr. Godwin has an album out there. It's called Hotel Pool, and it's up there in the top 5 of comedy albums right now, streaming and
Hanging
et cetera,
in there.
et cetera. And is this from the album?
No, this is brand new. It's an idea I had over the weekend. May be good. It may not. We're going to find out together.
All right.
We're going to go on a journey together.
Can we critique it as it goes?
No, how about you let me just do it.
That's not in
Oh,
his
enjoy
repertoire.
yourself. Do whatever you want. I wish women came with something like Carfax. Call it Chick Facts. Find out how many divorces she's had, how many miles, how many men. Is her body count 20 or 110? I wish women came with a Chick Facts. Maybe I could relax if I knew her real age. 55 or 72. Is that an Adam's apple? Are those real boobs? Was she in rehab? Was she in jail? Why did her last 2 marriages fail? She's so pretty, something must be wrong. Is her Spotify list Donny Osmond songs? I wish women came with something like Carfax, so you could avoid a psychomaniac. Carfax for women.
I like it.
Okay.
That's very good.
Seed of an idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you called
you
it
guys are
you called it
perfect.
Chick.
I wouldn't be singing about men, though.
Why
You
not?
called it Chick Facts, didn't you?
Yeah, Chick Facts.
Chick Facts. We call it
You
Dick
like that?
Facts.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Chick Facts, huh?
Everybody should come with some sort of their background. People should know your background.
Yeah,
You should have a resume. You should go on a first date with a resume.
I don't know,
This is
because
what you
mine
need to
wouldn't
know.
be so good.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Do an investigation.
Yeah, mine
on
wouldn't
me.
either. On paper, I look like a loser.
Really?
Yeah.
You both have colorful backgrounds.
Yeah.
Jail.
Make us who we are today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mug shots.
I don't have a mugshot. Never been arrested. There's still time.
You only have the one, right, Pat?
Just the one.
And you didn't really do
A good
anything
one.
wrong. You just were
Well, I was
mouthing off like an idiot.
I did a lot wrong.
Well, I know, but you didn't get caught for all the stuff you did wrong.
Interfered with an investigation was the official charge.
Okay, very good. I'm sorry. Well, we can move on. I really like that, Pat. Once again, Pat's new album. That song is not on there, but it'll be on the next one, I'm guessing. We have Christy Lee, as I mentioned, at the Silac Insurance News Desk. We got time for a couple quick
A
stories.
Colorado woman was saddled with a vet bill of over $13,000 after her dog ate 5 pairs of her underwear.
Boy, don't you?
Yeah, that's when you go, hey.
Yeah, but how much do we love this dog?
I've been a third of the way there.
Yeah, I spent 5.
I know. Who am I kidding?
Actually, I spent 8 because 4 on each knee.
4 on each knee. Oh, knee.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I had a dog
Ate a ball.
at the age of like 12, after never having a problem. One of my dogs a few years ago decided to eat a tennis ball.
Yeah.
And they had to go in and
Miss Sarah Oakley
cut 'em
revealed the unusual mishap on a GoFundMe page, explaining her dog Retta got into some dirty laundry and ate a lot of her Skims underwear, which of course is Kim Kardashian's
Those aren't
underwear.
cheap.
No. Ms. Oakley said after 24 hours of vomiting, Retta was rushed to urgent care, underwent immediate surgery to remove the foreign bodies from her intestines. The incident has left her with a staggering vet bill, and she's asking for $4,000 to help cover part of Retta's surgeries.
Is it what, like a GoFundMe or something?
Yeah.
13. That sounds a little high.
That does sound high.
I want to say I think it was 4,000.
If she went emergency care, though, that's a lot higher.
Yeah, it almost doubles.
Yeah,
yeah.
A friend of mine had a dog that ate stockings. What are those? You know, the
Pantyhose.
pantyhose,
Yes.
Nylons.
and that was
Little
they had to
knot up your intestines.
they had to cut
yeah.
them from stem to stern on that one.
This is kind of funny. She asked users to maybe share a post so Kim Kardashian might see it and come through with a solution like an edible underwear line.
And I mean, isn't it true that the reason the dog was attracted to them is because they were game worn, if
They
you
were
will?
dirty, yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of dogs like that.
Oh, yeah.
Puppy dogs. That's
And-
why they like shoes.
And Christy Lee, didn't you have an issue with
Tampons.
your dog ate a bunch of tampons?
Not a bunch, but yeah.
I thought you said, too, there was something. One of your dogs ate the crotch out of one of them?
No, that wasn't my dog.
Uh-uh.
Well, I mean,
I wonder who that was.
with that kind of logic, maybe, what are they called, skins?
Skims with an M.
Like Kim?
Skims.
Duh.
Skims.
Sorry. Yeah. Maybe she should make edible skims.
That's what the lady
That's what she said, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Are they so expensive because they're just fancy, or are they?
They're not fancy looking.
Are they comfortable?
No, they're just...
They're meant to be invisible underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, underneath a dress
And
or
dep-
tight-fitting pants.
Depending on what size, I mean, they have like, they could be like shorts or...
I see.
So I don't know how big
Or
her
thongs
skims
or-
were.
yeah.
Couldn't she? This is Josh's logic. I'll use it though. Couldn't she raise money by going on OnlyFans and selling her game-worn underwear?
It sounds like she's out of underwear.
Yeah, right. Jess is right. Her dog
And she
ate
may
it all.
have.
Buy new, take the dog for a walk.
There you go. You can sell your gym clothes online. Lots of men will buy you gym clothes, and then you sweat in them, and then you mail them to them.
I'm surprised Kim Kardashian wears underwear.
Well, we don't know that she does,
I don't
but she
think
makes
she-
a lot of money selling
sells
it.
They are savvy businesswomen.
Yeah, they are.
Those Kardashians.
Yeah, they're making money.
What does it mean if your underwear smells like dog treats?
Oh, God.
What does that say about dog treats?
I haven't smelled a dog
What
treat,
do
but I
they,
went,
what do they
Rebecca.
smell like?
The old joke is it's Afifi, I think. It's with the Frenchman on the bus.
I wanted to Americanize.
Yeah,
it.
okay. That's certainly a classic. The big story coming up tomorrow on the show, the one that Christy was afraid to read. We'll get to that tomorrow.
Well, you set the tone early that it could be a problem.
Okay.
You did set the
we hit our
tone.
limit.
Oh, man.
You really did.
Our quota was met.
Yeah.
I enjoyed your new song, Pat.
Thank you.
We'll look forward to seeing you, everybody, tomorrow. Thank you very much. Don't forget to get us the phrases your mom or dad used to say back in the day. Here's the last one. My Granny Pearl would see a girl with a small bathing suit, our writer writes, and she'd say, looks like she's wearing 2 Band-Aids and a cork.
Oh, God.
That's a good one. Send us yours, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Michael Rosenbaum and his Smallville co-stars take you behind the scenes of one of the greatest shows of all time.
We're going to watch every episode.
Join us. It's Big Talk.
You remember when I had to shave my head?
Oh, I think I was angry with this one.
On Smallville.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. The scene you did, and this is the one that got me fired. Okay. What? Here we go.
I love the excursions with me and Welling.
It's everything that Superman stands for.
It's Talkville.
Talkville, we always talk about it. It's a great thing.
The Smallville Rewatch Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.